What's going on, every podcast? And I'm your host, Dave.
I'm Matt.
Guido.
And we're here to talk about the NFL draft and the NBA playoffs.
Sure.
Real quick, I know it's been a while since you've been on. Let's remember what did we do to open.
That's right.
You gotta do some brews. Real quick, I know it's early. I know there's only a couple people in here. Can we get W's in the chat for David being back? Yeah. We surely miss you on pod.
So I've been off of the podcast for about a month. I made a huge career change, and right now, first year, it's taking a lot of my time. I'm gonna try and be on more, but right now, kind of a guest. So
Guest on your own pod.
guest on my own podcast. So these guys have been holding it down, doing a great job with it. Talking about the NFL playoffs, NBA playoffs, baseball, UFC, everything you can imagine. And I'm just very grateful that we can keep this thing going.
Real quick, and W for David again for new career choice and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, just make sure you subscribe to everything, and it might be good to take it in the future. Can I say that? If you mean in the academy?
Yeah.
I didn't know because I said something. I can't.
No, I am part of I am joining the police force here in Baltimore County. And
Ooh. Real quick, we got our first W. Hate First Sports.
yeah,
That's your boy.
that is my boy. Appreciate the comment. I am joining, or I have joined the Baltimore County Police Department. I'm a recruit right now in the academy. I can't really explain anything going on in the academy, but 10 months, hopefully, I'll graduate and be a police officer. So
hell yeah.
help serve the community, keep people safe, and give these guys tickets.
All right, so let's get started. So we're a little bit behind with this. The NFL draft. We did not do a lot of NFL drafts since it happened. So we're definitely gonna cover that today.
Yeah.
Let's go over first. Let's start with the Ravens, because obviously this is more like a Ravens pod. At the end of the day, we're all fan base of the Ravens. How do we think the draft went?
A+.
Love it.
A+.
I agree.
We hit everything. We needed pass rushers. We got pass rushers. We needed safety help. We got safety help. We got line help. We beefed up the line. We got line help. Great. The allegations with Justin Tucker are still there. We got a kicker.
You got the best.
So we got everything is aligned for the Ravens to succeed this coming season. And this Ravens are proof that the reason why good teams stay good.
Not to go off on too many teams, but again, we're going to mainly talk about the Ravens on the start. But if you notice too, the top 4 to 5 teams that contend every year all did good for the most part. Like that's why you like the Bills. I thought they drafted what they needed, defense help for the most part.
Yeah, they did get another corner to.
And they got I think back end. I think Philly went defensive. I think Chiefs went defensive.
Philly had a good draft.
I think all the top teams that are usually top contenders all had to go on. I think the Ravens had the best though.
Yeah,
I do think the Ravens had the best.
First round, Eagles went a linebacker. Casey went offensive tackle, which I know they needed to fill a spot. Yeah, Bills went cornerback. Yeah, we got a safety.
Yeah.
Commanders, who were great last year, picked another offensive line.
They drafted well last year as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like was it Dan Quinn's the coach there? I
Yeah.
feel like he's doing a great job right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely turned the franchise around.
So like I said, I didn't want to switch off too much, but again, from the Ravens. But again, I think it's funny that these teams don't know how to build a team or draft a team when the same 5-6 teams are drafting good every year, and they don't try to recreate their way that they draft.
Yeah.
Like I said, they drafted not for flashy names, but for what you needed.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the Browns and the
I
Jets.
was just
They've
gonna
had
bring that up,
they've
the
had
Browns.
top draft picks for how long now, and just have never hit the mark.
Well, you can go on a rant about the Browns where it's like you draft a quarterback in the 3rd round, and he still takes your door in the 5th.
Yeah.
Where it's like they could have,
And
if
they
they would
running
have.
backs. Then they drafted a couple running
They
backs.
got
also.
Judkins.
Yeah,
That's a good running
That's a
back,
good
right?
It is, but it's
Yeah.
like I feel like they should have definitely spread out. Like, all right, we got a QB. Now they have 5 QBs on the
It's
roster.
5 quarterbacks.
So it's like they could have just went for one, and then like, all right, we need to fill this position. Let's spread. Nah,
No,
we're going
so
running
now
backs.
it's-
So
we're
I'm-
going running
I'm
backs
there.
and quarterbacks.
I'm
That's what we
gonna
want.
be completely honest. If they did not do the Gabriel pick at 3 and got like a more of a need, I would have said the Browns had a good draft.
Yeah, especially
If you would've got
getting
Shador.
Sanders in the 5th round the way they did.
Yeah, because I thought that move, that trade between them and Jacksonville was a hell of a move for the. I think both teams. I think
Until
both
you
teams.
saw who the Browns picked.
Yeah, I know. Until you saw who they picked, but still, you got future depth as well from a draft standpoint. So, like, I thought that was they just didn't execute it properly, but I thought the trade was good in theory.
So again with the Browns, that's a bad team drafting bad. We talked about the good teams staying good and how they stay good in the draft, even drafting late. Let's talk about the bad teams who drafted good. New York Giants,
I thought they
Great
drafted
draft.
phenomenal.
Arizona Cardinals, great draft.
Yeah.
There's more teams.
Panthers did decent.
Panthers did great.
Good. Panthers did real good.
Like there was a lot of talent in this draft. I didn't realize until.
Well, I
the
feel
draft
like
was
there
hard.
was a lot of talent, but it wasn't like your quarterbacks, wide receiver.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like the trenches are
Yeah.
all studs. And I mean, the first round, there's so many offensive offensive linemen and defensive linemen that went in the first round. It's just almost every position.
It's crazy because offensive linemen went so fast too.
Yeah.
They were the most hot commodity. And I think, honestly, they're learning from, again, these top teams like the Eagles, like the Chiefs, like the Bills, like
The
the
Eagles are
Ravens.
definitely a blueprint on how to draft.
Like, you need offensive linemen to be successful in this league.
The Eagles' blueprint for drafting is Georgia Bulldog. He's on Georgia. That's who we want.
Hey,
They don't
it
care.
Works. It works.
Yes.
That's
what
like
we do.
how the Ravens back in the early 2000s, they just Miami Hurricanes all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then we switched to Alabama.
Yeah.
And then we went to right now I think it's Boston College and the Sooners.
Yeah.
So it changes that these coaches definitely prefer certain colleges.
For sure. So we're all agreeing that we give at least, an A- at least to the Ravens for this draft?
I say A+, dude. They
A-
got
at least at a
they
minimum,
got
it's
2
an A-
first round
at-
picks in
that's
the
what I'm
first
saying.
2 rounds. Starks and Green.
Yeah. So at a minimum, though, it's not an A, it's above an A. Whether
Yeah,
it's
it's
an
above an A,
A-
yes.
or whatever. Or whatever.
Or it's above an A-.
Above an A-. It's above an A-.
This
The
is an
floor.
A or A+.
The floor is at an A- at the most. That's the literally
Yeah.
bottom floor.
Yeah.
Do we think the Ravens had the best draft? What do you think?
It's arguable. It's arguable.
Who, besides the Ravens, who did you like the most?
It would be Philly or New York.
Philly or
Giants.
New York.
Not the Jets. Giants.
Yeah.
Jets had a decent draft. They didn't have a bad draft.
So let's not talk about Philly. Let's talk about the Giants then.
Abdul Carter.
Crazy.
Let's just talk about them in general. I mean, you got Abdul Carter. That was a hell of a draft.
Yeah.
You went and got Russ Wilson on the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
You moved up to get Jackson Dart. I'm not
That's the
crazy about
only
Jackson
thing
Dart.
that So, Shador Sanders he got invited twice to the New York Giants facility. The last time he arrived there, him and Dave Ball got into it. They, I think it was like a play issue. He asked them, "What would you do in this situation?" Blah blah blah. Sanders gave his opinion. Sanders was wrong, and it became a heated debate. You can't. Sanders isn't Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna be honest.
You can't talk to you can't act the way you did with any coach in the NFL. That's not how this works. You are a student of the game still. This guy's the head coach of the team that is willing to give you a job, and he screwed that up.
And honestly, I hate to say that's Prime's fault to an extent. To an extent. I mean, I'm
I
not
don't
to
know
an
what
extent.
happens behind closed doors.
You can get a feeling. Like I said, I know again, and he's a great dad, but like I think he probably mentally upped him up so high as well too with all the hype and everything, and made him feel like he had to juice a little bit too early. Because you remember on the off season, Prime's like, "Well, I won't let him go to certain teams."
Yeah.
You know
But
what I'm
guess
saying?
what? He went to the Browns.
That's well, you didn't have a choice. You went in the 5th round.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be a chooser when you're a Baker at this
Yeah.
point.
So him going in the 5th round, that doesn't make him a bust quarterback.
No.
So he still has time to improve, but he also has to battle with Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
But
But
I think he beats that.
let's stay on the Giants real quick. So what with Russ Wilson, you added Abdul Carter. I thought that was a hell of a move. Jackson Dart could really turn into something. He could. It's a flip.
He's raw. He's definitely raw. I just feel like this is going down the same Danny Dimes route.
I'm just saying, if Jackson Dart does translate, you're going to argue that the Giants have one of the best top 3 drafts this year.
They did have a top 3 draft this year.
If Jackson Dart doesn't pan out, I wouldn't say it, but they had a top 3. Because you had Skaboot, you also got Skaboot, right?
He's good.
You got
him
him late.
and Tracy are going to be dogs.
So, I mean, and then you pick up Russ on the offseason.
like
Russ
that
still has some decent gas in the tank left. The Giants, they're not going to be competitive for the division, but they're going to be at least competitive this year.
Yeah.
With the Malik Neighbors and Russ at the helm, because Russ is obviously an upgrade from what
They
they
got
had.
a wide receiver, didn't they?
They got another wide receiver, and they also got
somebody to accommodate Malik Neighbors.
but they also already had a wide receiver that was pretty good too. Because I have him on my
Abdul.
fantasy team.
I think it was in the second round because Dart and Abdul were in the first.
Yeah, Wandale Robinson's pretty solid too.
Yeah, he's actually like if Neighbors wasn't having a good game, Robinson was.
Yeah, so I mean,
they definitely complemented each other well last year.
so the Giants are definitely building something nice.
Third round, they picked up a defensive tackle, Darius Alexander.
I like that move and that defensive tackle.
You can never go wrong getting.
No, they beefed up their D line. I think they definitely focused on their defensive needs, which was last year they had high hopes of being a good defensive team, and they just didn't pan out that way. And I think this year they will satisfy those hopes that they had last year. Maybe they didn't get a wide receiver.
Fourth, they got the running back. Fifth round, they got offensive tackle.
No offensive tackle. Yeah, the Giants did a good draft. I'm gonna be honest. I really like the way the Giants drafted.
Sixth round.
Well, they just drafted what they needed.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I am a big believer in.
Seventh round, they got a tight end out of
Yeah.
Nebraska. And a cornerback, Corey Black. And that's it.
Okay. I'm a big believer though. You don't have to go get a dominant premium wide receiver in the draft anymore. As long as you have a good O line and a good quarterback. Let's be completely honest. If you get targeted enough, there's probably almost 50 wide receivers that can average 1,000 yards in the league now.
Yeah.
With the way the ball's thrown now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get that production, but you need to have the time
You
from
need
an
a
offensive
quarterback.
tackle. You need the quarterback.
Like
Yeah,
having
a
a
couple comments.
quarterback in this league is essential.
So we have 2 comments real quick. Let's go over them. I wasn't paying attention. Abdul asking for OT's 56 was a bad look though.
I didn't know he asked for that. He ain't gonna get it.
You're a rookie and that's one of the goats. Yeah, you're right. Now that's a real bad look. Some of these players come in thinking that they can get numbers now. That
Now, I seen him joking on social media. He said something on Twitter joking about it. Saying like he was trying to, but like he's like, I knew I wasn't getting that number.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. OTL 9 Brews. I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, I don't gotta work.
Got some mint chocolate chip ice cream ale from Beer Farm over in Brookville, Maryland. Shout out to them.
Nah, like I said, I got this Darth how do you say this? Darth Fermius, Dippy IBA.
Yeah, may the 4th be with you.
Yeah, from Black Flag. Hey, Black Flag would never see this, but we love Black Flag beer on this pod. So if you guys see it, definitely send us some. That'd be sweet.
Oh, that would be sweet.
That'd be real sweet. I love Black Flag beer.
So we talked about the Giants. Let's talk about another team that had a good draft that was really bad last year. The New England Patriots.
Patriots have been building these last.
They
2
built
years.
in the offseason with a free agent signing, and then in the draft, and I think the Miami Dolphins will fall into last place this year.
No, dude, you keep saying
They're
this.
not
They're not
good.
falling in last
They're
place.
not good. They drafted a quarterback to replace Tua.
Guys, real quick. David's right about the Shador Sanders thing once, and now he thinks he knows.
The Miami's
Miami's not falling down.
bad. They are bad.
I don't think they fall below.
They get at least 8 losses this year.
How about
Look at their
this?
schedule.
If Miami places above New England, you have to wear a David for Tua shirt.
I'll wear a 10 for Tua shirt.
Or a Tim for Tua. But I wanted everyone to this year a Tua guy now if Miami comes out.
No, I'm a Quinn Ewers guy.
Okay. But you have to wear a Tim for Tua shirt.
That's fine. That has to be branded Tim for Tua.
Tim for Tua. There's no way. I mean, their offense is so high powered. I get.
They proved that last year. They missed the playoffs last year.
They didn't have a quarter.
So high powered.
They didn't have a quarterback for
They don't have a quarterback this year.
1/3 of the season. He's playing.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
He's not on injury report yet, is he?
Dude, because he's at home probably getting medicated right now.
He's not. Okay, until his name
Bro,
is
he
on
is
the injury
He
report.
is in the ICU.
Tua is playing.
3/4 of the season.
Tua, all he has to do is throw the ball 5 yards at Tyreek Hill, and it's a fucking touchdown. We just talked about how good. Well, off the camera, we're talking about how good A-Chain's going to be this year.
good.
So you got A-Chain. I think A-Chain's a top 5 running back almost. Number 5, maybe.
That's arguable.
I think he's in that conversation. Tyreek Hill, healthy, is still a top 10 wide receiver. He might not be top 5 maybe
He
anymore.
was pretty bad last year. He was pretty.
He
bad.
didn't have a quarterback
He
majority of the
dropped-
year.
No, he
Man,
dropped
he did
a
have
lot
a
of
bunch of
balls.
drops.
Yeah,
Okay.
he dropped.
He had drops.
You
But
tell me you wouldn't say
Tua
if he's
was
healthy, he's
also-
still top 10?
No, he's a top 10.
That's what I'm saying. So you still got a top 10 wide receiver, and arguably top 5 running back, maybe 5 to 7. Maybe 7 is more reasonable for him.
Mhm.
These are a lot of good running backs. Now I'm more thinking about it. You got everybody talks about how Waddle's a good number 2. I don't like Waddle, but everybody says he's a good number 2.
I think he's fallen because of the injuries. He's been good the last 2 years.
So and then they drafted another wide receiver, I think.
Miami.
I think Miami did.
I'll pull it up.
It might have.
And then also offensively, their head coach is an offensive genius.
No, they got a running. They got a running back, and
They did get a
QB,
running
but
back.
they didn't get a wide receiver.
Yeah, running back. Why the fuck they get a running back?
Why'd they get a quarterback?
They got enough running backs already. I mean, you got a top 7 running back. I would maybe say 5. I'm gonna take a step back. 7, because there is actually a really lot.
They got the running back early, didn't they?
Nah, they got it on 6.
Oh, okay, all right. That doesn't matter.
Hey, they picked up 2 Maryland guys. That's tough.
Yeah.
They picked up Dante Trader, the safety, and Jordan Phillips, the defensive tackle from
I
Maryland.
like Jordan Phillips.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, real quick, shout out to everybody that's on the live right now. We were doing it earlier than usual because I have personal other obligations. I couldn't do it 1. We were worried about how early it was going to be. We got 33 people in the chat right now.
No, that's what's up.
Guys, let's keep 34. It's raising. Let's keep running this up. All right.
Good for them because I'm in my ass wouldn't wake up this early to watch the pod.
Yeah, no.
I'll catch it later.
But yeah, there's no way. I don't want to say no way. Maybe New England could finish above Miami, but I'm still rocking with Miami above New England this year.
Clip that chat.
I'm still because
Miami. That's
McDaniels is really
he's
good.
not a bad head coach, but he's not a really good head coach.
He's a good offense. He's gonna put points on the board. What do you mean? He's one of the best offensive-minded coaches in the league.
I'm going through the schedule right now.
So yeah, they ended off last season 8-9.
Yeah, with injuries, they're in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Who ended that playoff hunt?
Their draft wasn't bad though.
I think it was the New York Jets.
They
They blew him out. I think it was like 40 points, right?
No.
It was something like it was like 40 points.
I don't remember, but if it's the
32
Jets,
to 20. They
was
beat
the
them.
Jets?
It was the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Aaron Rodgers. I'm a show. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Who was out? Who was out?
Yeah, because there was a wash probably. There was probably
Who
no
was
chance.
out? Who was out though?
Yeah, Tua.
Yeah.
You see, they lose. So you're proving my point. When he's healthy, they win games. When he's not, they don't.
Matt always preaches.
Availability is the best asset. I agree. I'm not saying Tua is elite. I'm just saying Miami Dolphins are not going to 4th this year.
Belted ass that game.
Okay. Well, did you expect something different?
I'm just saying.
He's showing the Ravens Miami score. That was a
that
blowout.
was 2 years ago. I'm trying to
2 years ago. He showed me a
No,
score
no, that was right. That was right.
from 2 years ago.
No, that was
Like what the? Like you hate Tua so bad. Hey, look at his score from 2 years ago.
I mean, 2 years is pretty bad.
Dude, I wish
If
Timmy.
we're going off that logic, what? 2
Sorry,
years ago,
sorry.
they put up 70 points.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
if we're going off that, you can pull up that.
Yeah,
game.
2 years ago they put up
Who was
70.
that on the Broncos?
He showed me random fucking
No,
scores.
this is last year's Packers. They beat who was playing quarterback?
Tua, yeah.
What was their record?
5 and 7.
I thought he wins
Yeah, because they
games.
weren't because
He
he
had
was hurt
7
before that.
losses. He had 7 losses.
He was
just
hurt
then.
before that. I'm not saying Tua's. What?
He wasn't hurt before that. This is before he got hurt.
He got hurt before week 12. Are you smoking
I
crack?
don't believe that.
Oh, I should have said that. Chat, get rid of that. Sorry. Dude, he got hurt before week 12. So what is he hurt for 1 week? Because he played the back end. Dude, he was
Why
not.
are you defending Tua?
Because Tim's not here.
He's got
Tim's not here, so I gotta support.
Tua lost to
I'm
the
not.
Cardinals. He lost to the Packers. He lost to the Bills, which is a sweep every year. Come on.
I'm not saying Tua's great. I'm just saying
Bro, 7 losses
Tua?
more than Tua.
Tua.
Uh-huh.
Again, I don't like. I'm not saying I like Tua. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying none of this stuff. But Tua with that offense,
I'm not saying I
healthy.
like Tua. I'm not saying
But
Tua's great, but he wins games.
he's better than New England. They're gonna be better than New England. Is that simple?
Not this year.
Yes, they will. All right, we got it. When Stephon Diggs throws his little tantrum because Drake May's not hitting him when he's in double coverage or something, and the whole team morale offensively falls apart, and then you see Joe Milton 1 week, they're going to do the same shit they did with.
Don't play for New England.
Oh, they did trade him. They did trade him. Oh, shit. I was going to do a bad analogy right now.
Yeah, watch your mouth on Joe Milton.
I don't dislike Joe Milton. He's better than Anthony Richardson.
He is.
Right.
You guys are AR guys too, aren't you?
I'm not an AR guy at all. I do not like AR.
No.
I'm the one that said,
They're
no,
playing AR.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Not
honest.
anymore.
I was telling my buddies at work, right? When Shador was dropping, the Colts should have made a move on Shador. They have the offensive weapons.
Who are their quarterbacks? It's AR.
That's it, I think.
No,
They had to pick someone up, but they let Joe go. Remember, Joe went to Cleveland.
They picked somebody up.
But still, no. But I'm just saying, as a start, no. Anthony Richardson is done in Indy, in my mind. That whole experiment's over. It should be over.
Oh,
Why not go
Daniel Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
So if you were the Colts, you would have been smart. You would have been geniuses, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you would have went and got Shador Sanders.
Who did the Colts draft? Hold up.
Oh, real quick, we got a comment right here from.
Yeah.
So real quick, from Hate First Sports, Jets coming in second in the AFC East. They clear Miami and New England. I'm with you. I'm high on the Jets this year.
I'm not. Until the Jets prove.
Until they prove it.
I've been high on them for like the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Now, and
Well, Justin Fields is
going to be great.
which we did say that's going to be.
It's gonna be
Maybe-
good, but it's
they
the
might- they
Jets.
might go second.
Like it's the Jets.
I get that, and I'm with you. I don't want to fall in that trap, but I guess because I became
We've
like a
all
big
fallen
Justin
in
Fields
the
fan
trap.
over the last like 2 years now.
We fell in the trap with Aaron Rodgers. You're about to fall in the
No,
trap.
I
No, I didn't fall in the trap, Aaron. Dude, you're the only one that fell in the trap.
Yeah.
You were like Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are winning the
Still
division.
better than your favorite quarterback, Josh Allen,
In that division?
career wise.
No shit.
Mhm.
He's a top 5 to 10 player all time.
Top 5.
Okay,
Right
and
at number 5.
he has a super. Obviously, yeah, but you can't be like.
Let's not get off track.
Yeah, we're not gonna go off track.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
He's gonna be good.
Justin
I
Fields
just
with the
don't-
Jets.
It's the Jets.
I get it. I'm hoping
Just like how Chicago is Chicago. Like it's Chicago.
Good,
Same
good.
No. I like Justin Fields with them. When they first went there, I said Steelers fucked up big time. I think he's gonna be a great fit there, but the Jets' main problem isn't even their players; it's the fucking front office.
Yeah.
It's the people that run the
Well, they
organization.
did fire
and
a
their
new
coaching.
GM. They got a new GM.
You got rid of GM.
But now still, you got a new GM, new
Yeah,
coach.
Yeah.
Like now you got all this stuff. You got a QB just now coming here after
Dude.
he's had a shit career so far. Not that it's his fault
Yeah.
necessarily. He's been dealt bad set of teams.
Yeah.
But like now you get almost like a rookie quarterback, somebody who's finally getting his real starts in. I don't know.
You're getting like I get what you're saying with a rookie. Like I look at him as like a veteran rookie, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you've been in the league for a while, but like this is your first time that a team's actually if they're actually
Giving him
investing
your
in you.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah, because they gave you a contract. I just think with Justin Fields and Brees Hall, I think Brees Hall's gonna have a better year this year than when
I
I
don't know
put
that.
together.
But Braylon Allen.
Braylon
last
Allen's
season,
good
he
too.
was
I like
Yeah.
Braylon Allen.
I do think Brees Hall takes a step up there, and then I like Garrett Wilson. I think in that
The
10 short
Wilson.
10-yard field between handing the ball off, to play action with Fields and running, and Garrett Wilson in the slot because Garrett Wilson does like to slide in the slot a lot.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be so dominant.
Well,
Not dominant, but they're going to
Him
be
and
very
Garrett
scary.
Wilson and Ohio State were unmatched.
Yeah.
Like, they were dogs.
I would like to see them run what we used to run when we had Lamar, Mark Ingram, and RG3 when we ran the Heisman.
Yeah.
If they ran that with Braylon Allen, Brees Hall, Fields, and then you could just fake handoff to whoever, hand off to one,
Yeah.
and let all three just run separate ways.
Why did we stop running that? We had the
I don't
tools
know.
to keep doing.
We could have ran that with Lamar, Derrick Henry on one side,
And
and
then Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell, and it would have been like
Yeah.
if we
Or
go
Justice Hill.
Especially Justice Hill, man.
But
Because
it's
he
like,
can almost like do like a
He's
step
a hard
further and
runner.
fake off as if like it's like gonna be a pitch play too.
And Hill's
It's so
underrated
great.
for his blocking. You faked to him and let him set a block real quick while Mitchell takes it or Lamar takes it. That was nice. I don't know why we stopped running. I feel like it worked.
Instead, we do Mark Andrews QB sneaks.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Honestly,
that
yeah.
either.
Yeah. Or what I hate the most is when we do short screen plays to Derrick Henry. It's like, but as a big
then it's
man,
like-
he's got to catch that turnaround and
Yeah.
then get
And then
going.
it's like 1 yard gains.
Yeah,
And he's not known for pass catching.
No, it's not.
He's not at all.
We seen him
That's a
drop that
terrible
one up the sideline by himself.
in the
He's
Bills playoff game. And again,
Yeah.
that was such a momentum thing
I think I set the tone.
because it set the tone because it was a 50-50 thing. If he catches that, it's same thing. Like if I'm the Bills, it's like PTSD.
yard.
Yeah,
Who's
it's like
stopping him?
PTSD at that point. Whereas like when you played him during the regular season, remember the opening play where Derrick
They
Henry
were
ran
going to run
that
that
one,
again. They should have.
and you threw the ball, Henry drops it, which he's not a pass catcher. It wasn't a great play call either,
No.
and that set the tone so negative because then Henry couldn't get off the line.
Yeah.
It wasn't Henry's fault. The line wasn't blocking because the Bills' defense was getting to the line as soon as Henry was getting the ball.
Yeah.
So the whole momentum completely changed.
So
Yo, real quick, W's in the chat. We're at 45 right now, boys.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
I like that. Hey, keep dropping comments too.
But yeah, so back to the whole field thing, not to get off topic.
Yeah.
They're explosive. How did they do draft wise? I feel like
they
they
didn't have a bad draft.
they needed to really like their
They got
defense.
a lot of
Their
them.
defense has been solid. It just never. I mean, here and there they would have some like shit games. I feel like their biggest problem was just their offensive line. The offensive line was
The
like
offensive
dog
line
shit.
sucked.
So I mean, if they drafted a decent offensive line, I mean, first round, 7th pick, they picked up an offensive tackle, then they went tight end, then a corner, then a wide receiver. So yeah, they didn't really. They went one piece for their offensive line. I think they should have focused on that more.
I like the linebacker pick. That was pretty good. That
Yeah.
Real quick, one more interruption.
Yeah.
We're at 50 now.
Oh yeah.
50 people.
So
That's awesome.
we can agree the Jets have the pieces to make it work. They have the pieces.
Yeah,
they have the
for
pieces
years.
to win the division
Well,
if they want
they've had
to.
for
And
years.
they're just the Jets. So
Honestly-
it's a 50-50 shot.
Honestly, firing Robert Saleh was such a bad move last year in my mind.
I liked him.
Because defensively, they were a top defensive team. They were a top 10 defense.
It doesn't matter. He lost control of his team.
He did.
Yeah, and whose fault was that? His or the GM?
It's his.
No,
At that
it's the
point,
GM.
it's his. He's
No,
the head coach.
because the GM brought in Aaron Rodgers.
Uh-huh.
They did the whole fucking circus. They knew he was going to be a circus.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers took over the team because of the GM and the ownership.
Well, and you got to remember,
Then I guess it's just a shit situation.
Rodgers
for
also
Saleh.
was like smiling in Robert's face and
Yeah.
then going up to the GM. Because remember, it was like right before they fired him. He had like a conversation with Aaron Rodgers and it was like everything's good. And then all of a sudden it was like bam,
Bang.
fired. And Rodgers like knew about it and was like cool.
And Rodgers
So it's a little bit of one of those things where it's like you don't.
Aaron Rodgers is a nutcase.
That's your boy, though. I know you want to defend him, but still, it's like Robert Saleh. That defense took
He ain't
such a
on-
major
He's
step
not
back
on
when Robert
Perks
Saleh
anymore,
was
so
on.
he's not good anymore.
He's probably locked on an all black box with no lights right now, high as hell, just prepping for this season.
Dude, what the fuck is he doing?
I
Is he
watched
going to
it.
Pittsburgh?
He's,
Is
walking,
he? What's
he's
he
walking
doing?
on beaches with a blanket over his head at the crack of dawn, just thinking about his life. That's what he's doing.
This is crazy, man.
The
Nah,
sad
Aaron
part is-
Rodgers is done. He's not going to.
But the sad part is, I feel like with all the knowledge he has, he would have been.
He'd be a great coach.
He would be. Well, I was going to say just
Yeah.
offensive
Oh,
coordinator.
like, he'd be
Let
a
him
great
be
coach.
offensive coordinator.
He'd be a great coach.
I think offensive
He'd be
coordinator. Let him
He'd be a great. Give him the keys to be a head coach.
Or let him
No,
and
I
Brady.
didn't say
I
that.
would like him and
Relax.
Brady to go commentate.
You relax. I know you're getting the gym. Just relax.
No, I'm
a
just
little
saying,
bit.
it's
Relax a little bit.
Aaron Rodgers top 5. Aaron Rodgers is a
Top
great
five
head
quarterback.
coach.
Yeah, you said it too.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say. He's a
Wait, is
great
that
coach.
current right now?
Top 5 all
Top
time.
5 all time. Yeah.
Oh, all time. I just meant in the league.
No,
I'm
no.
Have you been smoking?
No, once,
weed or-
once Lamar gets a ring, he's going to surpass Rodgers. But until then, Rodgers is right there at 5.
All right, let's get off of that topic.
But-
But yeah, no, let's get back to the Jets. Let's get off of that.
They suck.
They're
They're ass.
going to be number 2 in the division this year.
No.
I don't
No.
know.
Well, I'll make it serious. $20. Sounds good to me.
No.
$20. Number 2 in the division.
So, all right. Well, if you got them going number 2, where's your Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, where's Miami?
3. So it's gonna be Bills.
Bro, you
Jets,
said Miami were going to win
Dolphins,
games.
New
They're not
England.
going to the playoffs then.
They're not good. I never said about anything about
Bro,
playoffs.
he said they were going to win games.
I said they're gonna win more
Tua
games than New
wins
England.
games. Tua wins games.
In New England, yes.
No.
Yes.
Jeez,
They
Tua
win
wins
more
games.
games in New England.
I think Jets.
Last year, yes.
Jets
This year, they will not.
So what will be your rankings for the AFC East? You all know what the one is.
Bills.
It's definitive, yeah.
New England.
What?
Nah,
I give it to Miami and then the New York Jets.
I don't think I agree with that. I think I would personally go. I'm putting Dolphins last. I'm sorry, man, but I think I would go Bills,
Jets and New England.
Jets.
So the Bills.
Jets
and
are
Jets,
2 at least.
the
We
Bills
at least
and
agree with
Jets
Jets are 2 then,
playoffs.
right?
Bills and Jets have
But
playoffs.
I feel like Jets, Pats would probably be like one of those.
It's a
toss-ups.
neck and neck
It
thing.
depends on the
So,
QB situation.
we
I don't
can
think
all
the Dolphins
agree-
do well.
the Miami Dolphins are not going to the playoffs.
They're not going.
That means they didn't win enough games to get to the playoffs.
I never said anything about
We
playoffs.
said they
All
would
I
win
said-
games.
I thought you said they'd be second.
They'd be winning games.
That made me say they're
I
second. No,
could be wrong.
no, I don't think I said second. If I did, then I'll correct myself. I think they're third. I think
Now
they're better
we're
than New England.
retracting.
No,
Oh
I did not say second.
God.
So I'm gonna.
You might not have said second. I might have just been in my head pumping that.
No, it's just I was
If
saying
said
they're above New
second,
England.
I'm correcting myself.
Yeah, I did not say.
If I
second.
said
If I did
second,
accidentally say it,
I'm
I'll correct it.
correcting myself.
I did not mean that. I like the Jets a lot this year because of Justin Fields.
You're a Jets fan.
I like it. Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Bills and Jets, they're in the same division. That's crazy.
Dude, you might want.
How are you a fan of a
Move it.
rival team? You're a New York guy. You must be a Giants guy too, then.
No.
You a Yankees fan too?
I'm a Yankees
Something we
fan.
don't know about? You got
Yeah.
I mean, you got Yankees
up
colors
there?
on.
Yeah. You don't got no orange.
I'll be honest with you. This is my work. Like little. Dude, this thing's fucking nice. I'll wear this shit outside of work. I don't care.
You wear it to a Yankees
It's free.
game.
It's free.
Yankees logo.
I get free clothes from work. So I'll
All right, who else do we think was a bottom team that drafted well, and we can see them possibly moving up in their division? We said Arizona had a great
I think
draft.
Arizona had a good draft. I don't see them moving up.
I didn't see a lot with Arizona,
right,
but
so
as long as Kyler
Until they
Murray's
get
the
a quarterback,
quarterback,
they're not going to do anything. Even though Kyler Murray did okay last year, he didn't have a bad season. It's just the Cardinals can't win games.
So from what like the NFL
Chicago.
app says, oh yeah, Chicago.
Chicago's going to be a great team this year.
They should be.
Like they have all the tools. They have a new coach. They have a brand new offensive line. Caleb Williams should be good, but will he? I don't know.
dude, David not be real quick. David not being on the pod in a while. He seems so excited and animated right now.
Dude,
I pent up energy from not being on. It's like,
Bro, if I got to be the Pat McAfee, that's fine.
you know,
If you got to be the hater that's a Jets fan, that's fine.
so look, so for the Bears, they got the best tight end in the draft.
Yes.
So that's great. Then they went and picked up another wide receiver in the second round. Picked up another offensive lineman, defensive lineman, the linebacker from Maryland, who I liked a lot. They picked up a corner, another guard, and a running back. And going off of the NFL's like need analysis, top needs, they hit all their marks and some.
Bro, if you're a top 5 defense of last year, you go into this year, you got some draft capital. He's so pissed because he loves Caleb Williams so much. New head coach that is helping his quarterback instead of just throwing him to the wolves like they've done with Justin Fields.
Yeah.
They pretty much put the Great Wall of China in front of him. He has weapons.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for him.
This season there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
Yeah.
Last year,
the excuse was that offensive line was garbage. But he also made bad decisions.
The only-
held the
yes.
ball too long.
so the only thing I liked about Caleb Williams last year is that he had great pocket presence.
Yeah.
But he did hold the ball too long at times.
Well, can we say he had great
You said it
pocket?
too. I can pull up text.
Can we say
I
he
can
has
pull up
great
text. I
pocket
don't care.
presence then if his main issue was getting sacked and holding the ball too
He
long?
was sacked the most in the league.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
Can we-
he's
can we-
running for his life.
pocket
Yeah,
presence.
but that's what I'm saying. Can we say he has great pocket presence? I've seen the highlights where he kind of like eyes behind his head, gets out of there.
Yeah.
But every QB's done that.
Yeah, but if he's running for his life 24/7, then
Lamar's been.
But
eventually
if
you're
you
gonna
go-
get caught.
If you know you got a bad O line, you got great pocket presence, throw the ball away.
Why would you do that? Try and make a play. You're a dog shit team. Try and win a game.
Try to win the game.
Why would he throw the ball away 3 times and then go on 4th down so they can play?
First off, his
That's
O-line,
better than losing.
They don't have a
15
running back.
yards.
DeAndre Swift was dog shit last
dog
year.
shit.
He was ass.
He's in middle year. He's
He
okay.
was one of the
He was
worst
good.
running backs
He was
last
good in the
year.
middle of the year.
DeAndre Swift was one of the worst running backs in the NFL.
Keep
last
talking.
year.
I'm gonna pull this up real quick.
He had 1,000
Pull it up.
scrimmage
Pull it
yards.
up. I'm
Not
gonna pull it
1,000
up.
rushing, 1,000
Hey,
scrimmage.
Keep going. And like I said, DeAndre Swift had a decent year in the middle of the year.
So
Pull it up real
he
quick.
didn't have a running back. He had DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Roma Duze was not being used. I have no idea why. There were times where he wouldn't get a reception or a target.
Him and Keenan Allen were
Okay,
not-
week 4. So go. So you said
We're going
DeAndre.
week by week.
Yeah, then we're gonna go. No, we're gonna go. I mean, you
Let's
said
speed it
DeAndre
up,
Swift was
though.
so bad all year.
No,
No, here, check me out. Week 4, 93 yards,
Uh-huh.
a touchdown.
Uh-huh.
Week 5, 73 yards, a touchdown.
Uh-huh.
Week 6, 91 yards, a touchdown. Week 8, 129 yards and a touchdown. Week
Yes,
9,
touchdown.
51 yards. Week 10, 59. Week 11, 71 and a touchdown. And then he dipped off. He had an okay. So middle year, DeAndre Swift was not as terrible as what you said he was.
Middle of the year, I scored 4 touchdowns, so I'm a good running.
I said by the yards. He
What
was not
he
as bad.
compared to other running backs?
No, I'm not saying he's great, but don't act like he had almost 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns.
I
So
said
let's not
he
be
did
like.
not have 1,000, which makes him not a good running back. You need 1,000 yards to be considered a good running back in this league.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes,
Did he
you
have
do.
any receiving yards?
Yeah, he had receiving yards. He's a pass catcher.
That might-
He barely had the receiving.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He barely had the receiving to eclipse 1,000.
All right, hold on. Just go ahead. I'm gonna pull these up. Let me see where are the receiving yards at right here. He had almost 400 receiving yards.
So he had,
So he had
1,300 yards
Yeah,
total.
yeah. And you guess what?
1,300 yards total.
Y'all, and again, I like James Cook, but you guys said James Cook is so great.
He had 1,000 yards rushing.
No. A year prior, rushing yards and receiving yards was around the same.
Year prior, we weren't talking about James Cook.
We were still talking about James
No,
Cook.
we
Year
were
prior. Yes,
not.
we were.
You were.
Not-
You're a Bills and Jets fan. That's why you were talking about James Cook.
I had to play devil's advocate. We all agree Justice Hill's a good running back, right? He did.
He's okay. Yeah.
But to us, we love Justice Hill.
But he's not a. Yeah.
If he went anywhere else, where would you have him? 1 or 2, maybe the 3rd running back?
Well, on the team,
Yes.
I
If he
like
went-
Keaton Mitchell above Justin.
No, anywhere
So I'll
else.
take him.
But no, I'm saying like if he was like
If he
on
went
another
somewhere
team,
else.
would you see him as like
A
the
starting
second-
running back,
Could you see him
a
as
starting or a second string.
That's what I'm asking. Would you
I see him as a
1, 2,
second string.
3?
I want to see him as a starter.
Yeah.
I was just comparing him. to
No, he's
DeAndre
not a
Swift.
starter. I mean,
and
he's,
what was his stats?
and the
Just
reason-
cracked 1,000 yards
did
with
he hit? Total.
because he had
Yeah.
700 and some receiving yards,
Yeah.
but only 250 rushing. Touchdown wise, he
He
had
only had 250 rushing yards.
and he
They
only
don't use him there.
yeah, and he only had 4 touchdowns.
So again, like I said, he had 900.
But he's also battling Derrick Henry, so
So again, like I said,
and Lamar. So give him that.
DeAndre Swift had 960 rushing yards, almost 400 receiving yards.
That's
not-
a
that's
good
not
running
terrible.
back to me.
How old is DeAndre Swift?
That is not a
He's
good
year 5.
running back
I
wise
think he's so much older
for.
than that.
Remember, he started out in Detroit. He's bouncing around. This is 13.
Yeah, but I just feel like he's so much older than he is.
Like with Philly, he wasn't that good. I liked him with
Philly
Detroit.
wasn't that good.
Detroit, he was
He was
great.
over 1,000-yard rushing in Philly.
He wasn't that good.
Okay.
With Detroit, he was great. I liked him in Detroit. But, you
All
know, they were still in a running back committee, which a lot of these teams are going to a running back committee, and I do not hate it. But it hurts me fantasy-wise because then you got, like, David Montgomery and Gibbs not performing
Gibbs-
as well as
No,
they can.
Gibbs is always. It does not. First off,
Gibbs
do you
got hurt
not pay
this year.
attention? Gibbs performed all year long, dude.
I don't think so.
I
I don't think you're wrong.
think you're 100% wrong. Gibbs was.
Gibbs
great
is the top
all-
5 running back.
He was great from fantasy wise. He was great
Yeah,
too.
but he didn't, like, perform all year long.
Yeah.
I want an exact from you.
Okay.
I want, like, 17 games, over 100 yards each.
Fantasy. We're talking about from a fantasy standpoint, points wise.
14 dog shit, 12 dog shit, 9 dog shit, 12 dog shit. So yeah, 4 games.
4 bad games out of 18.
You're bad. So
So yeah, you're saying the running back committee hurts you from fantasy. 17
Yeah,
week
it
1.
hurts.
Oh no. If you get 17 points from a running back week 1, that's good for 17 points from a running back is still solid. 17, 17, 16, 19. Then you got 12, 34, 22,
34,
14, 12, 19, 24, 9, 19, 28, 27, 28, 48.
Mhm.
That is great fantasy
Sounds
numbers.
pretty good to me.
all year long for a running back. You are just a hater.
Nah. Oh, and he was the number 1 in PPR.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
great. That's
So,
great.
yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's great.
You don't know what you're talking about.
That's great. But you're a Lions fan, so I expect
Oh,
that.
here we go.
Let's get back to the draft.
All right.
How did you guys think the Raiders did?
I think the Warriors did horrible.
Raiders.
I think the Warriors are not winning Game 7.
So let's
I
worry
think
about
the
the
Rockets are damn. Oh, I got a belt. I got a belt.
NBA. Let's get the NBA.
I got a belt.
You know you borderline.
We gotta blur this out now.
I got a
You
belt.
gotta blur this out now.
See this? Warriors. Belt the ass. Now we can continue.
Now watch the Warriors win.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
I like Steph Curry, so I'm a Warriors fan, so I accept that.
We got 2 Warriors.
So I'm a Warriors fan, I'm a Rockets fan, I'm a Philadelphia Sixers fan, I'm a Clippers fan. They just lost, by the way, but I also like Jokic, so I'm a Nuggets fan.
Oh, so you won.
So I won
You
either way.
win either
Right.
way.
I won either way. I like Giannis, so I'm a Bucks fan, but they lost. I don't like the Heat. I really don't like any player on the
You like
Heat.
Tyler Hero?
Tyler Hero is cool, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to.
I don't think
What was
I
this?
like
Some
it.
Saturday
Yeah.
night? Saturday night.
Tyler
fucking
Hero's
skit
okay.
right here.
But
I know it is.
But he's a
Saturday night
Wiggins fan, so I gotta show support to my my friends. So you know, I'm a Heat fan too. I'm sorry, buddy, we lost. I like.
Hey, don't get
Jason
about Ant.
Tatum.
Don't get about Ant from Timberwolves.
I don't like
Anthony
it. I don't like Anthony Edwards.
What? All right,
You
let's
like
get
it, so
back.
you're
Let's
a
get back.
Bulls
Hey,
fan.
let's
That's
get
right,
back
you're a
football. We're
Bulls
gonna talk basketball a little bit. Let's stay on football. Let's stay on football. You
Anthony
told me
Edwards
about-
could be a football
Let's
player.
stay on
He
football.
could
We'll
be.
move to basketball.
He could be.
So Raiders. Let's be serious. Raiders
He's
draft.
half Ray Lewis.
Raiders draft. I thought the Raiders did good with being smart and getting the running back in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck his name up all that. Genty.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty.
I would have liked to see them though in a higher round draft a QB because I don't
Jensen
have,
should be like
I don't have faith. in
everybody's
him.
like pick for fantasy.
Absolutely. He's getting the ball every fucking play.
So real quick before we move, does that mean Brock Bowers takes a hit from fantasy this year?
No, receiving wise, no.
and I feel like,
He's still the only weapon they have.
but then I also
yeah.
feel like when a
Genty's getting the
QB,
ball every play.
Yeah, running.
almost every play.
Gino's gonna throw it. He's not throwing it to the running back. He's throwing it to.
And he's
Brian
more of a thrower anyway. Like comes like I feel like every offense.
Yeah,
When it's ran, it's been more of
Yeah,
a throw
because
heavy.
because Seahawks and went Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, and then they kind of like fucking ran till the wheels fell off. With both
Well,
of
they're
them.
gonna run more because they want to see if they have Genty.
Oh, yeah.
Like Genty's more of a long-term player for the Raiders, obviously, than Geno Smith.
Oh, absolutely. Gino,
Like-
I think is like a
Like,
one,
was he
maybe
like
30.
35?
Yeah, what I'm saying is like Genty, they argue they are considering him a generational talent, so they're
He's a
gonna run the
generational
shit
talent.
out of
He had a
him.
great like.
I just hope they don't injure him. Don't overwork him. I think we've talked about it before, that this draft was them getting a piece or two that they need. So then next draft, when
Yeah,
if there's a better
there's gonna be bad
quarterback,
quarterbacks. in it.
they can go get a QB. and
Like
really
for as
fill
many
that offense.
quarterbacks that were drafted this year, I want to see two that are
I feel like
really
this
players.
has been one of the
And
worst. QB
Honestly, you
drafts.
could say three because you got Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe, which I think he's going to be good, and Shador Sanders. But
you have more.
will Shador even get playing time?
I wanted to ask
That's
him
the
you
thing.
being a Ducks guy.
No, I don't
You
like
don't- you
him.
don't be-
I didn't like him on the Ducks. I mean, he was okay, but he didn't like in the playoffs. He sucked.
You got more faith in Jalen Milroe than
Than Shador.
Jackson Dart.
Fuck yeah.
Why?
Jackson Dart's ass. Dog.
No, but like, what does
What did Jackson Dart do?
No, but what does
What did
Jalen do better?
Runs, throws, accuracy.
All right,
everything.
all right. What does he do better? He runs better. He throws better. Give me actual specific.
He runs better. He throws better. He's just better overall. Bro's a Giants fan.
No, it's just like
Oh, you're the New York.
it's like me saying
Matt
this
New
basketball player is better. He shoots better. He passes better.
Yeah,
He rebounds. Like no actual
Yeah.
like specific stuff.
that's.
It's
all
just
you
the
need.
most broad.
All
You
need.
could chat GPT that response to me.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me how I can say
Yeah.
Milroe is better than Dart. Well, say he
Mhm.
throws better. He
Yeah.
runs better.
Yeah. He does.
Alright.
Why is Josh Allen better than most quarterbacks in the league? Because he throws better. He runs better.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay. All right.
Jump into
You're
a
a New
new
York
team.
guy. You should
Jump
know
into
that.
a
Alright.
new team.
Alright.
Somebody in our division that I was wondering what they were going to do. The Steelers. They had a good year last year until the last
They drafted
5
Will Howard.
games. Yeah. So they picked up another running back, picked up Will Howard, picked up a couple corners, or one corner, one edge rusher, one defensive tackle, one linebacker, two defensive tackles actually.
They had a decent draft. I just don't think they're going to be good until Mike Tomlin is out of the building.
I think they had a good draft. Only thing I don't like is I feel like their defense was great last year, or it's always at least middle of the pack to up.
Yeah,
They should
I think
focus
TJ
more
Watt
on
had
the
it down
offense.
there last year, but he's also hurt.
It's not just that. Who's throwing the fucking ball?
But that's my
Mason
point.
Rudolph? You couldn't have taken a chance with Shador in the 4th round?
No,
They're fucking morons. I'm gonna tell you this right
they
now.
drafted Will Howard. He's won a championship.
Yeah. Okay.
He did. I mean, he won a championship.
It's just yeah, okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
JJ McCarthy won a championship, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
And how do you rank him out of his NFL rookie class? The 4th best?
I don't know. He hasn't played yet.
Even if he played, you're not putting him above any of the top 3.
I don't know. I didn't see him play.
Okay. There's no. Okay.
Will Howard. You know what Will Howard's NFL comparison was?
I hear.
You're gonna love this.
I know it is.
Josh Allen.
Hey, and who compared him to that?
It was Gruden.
Yeah, Gruden. What's Gruden doing?
Gruden's your guy too, though.
I don't like
I
Gruden.
don't know why.
I don't like Gruden.
Now you're dissing on Gruden.
I don't like Gruden.
I like the social media side of it now. All the
Yeah, that's it. Social media is
I like-
interesting.
I like
but
that.
as an actual, like, any type of mindset with
Will Howard
NFL.
compared to
I have
Josh
zero.
Allen, you know that made you cream your pants.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from Will Howard. I know he's a champion, so that's all I know.
Tennessee, first pick. Everybody thought that's Cam Ward was going first.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of the rest of their picks, though? I feel like they did pretty damn well.
Restrepo was a sneaky pick.
So who all were their picks again?
So they grabbed
Obviously
in
Cam.
the 2nd round. They grabbed the edge rusher Oluwafemi Aladejo. I butchered that, but I've seen on social media. He was a great pick for them. A safety, a wide receiver, a tight end, another wide receiver, a guard, a cornerback, and a running back. So I mean, they damn near. They almost got every fucking
They got everything.
Skill
position.
Yeah.
Every skill position at that.
So, what do you think about Cam Ward?
I think he's going to be good. I think you could put him behind. He was already in front of a shitty line in Miami.
Yeah.
So I think you can probably just throw him on any team and he'll make it work.
Yeah.
You saw that in tape. So he was the most NFL ready quarterback, him and Shador. So
I think Cam Ward
who did he
has like a Baker Mayfield ceiling, kind of.
Baker Mayfield, so you got to
Like-
elaborate on that.
Like, what I mean is, like, not maybe the transitioning from team, but like the way Baker is now. Whereas, like, you're in that fringe of a top 10 quarterback, kind of. You put up good numbers. You put your team in the playoffs. You might win a playoff game. I don't think you're ever going to talk about Cam Ward as a top 5 player in the NFL. I meant top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I think at best it's going to be like kind of like Baker, whereas like he's in that conversation between 8 and 10, kind of.
Who's
in the last few
division?
years?
It's Titans,
Houston
Houston.
and the Colts.
So I saw and Jacksonville. So I saw Houston's playoff chances after the draft, and I think it's at like 56%.
I think Houston had a good
So I didn't see the Titans percentage, but I'm pretty sure that's why Houston is at 56%. But I do think CJ Stroud is going to have a phenomenal year.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I just think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback again and go crazy.
Yeah, I
I
like
can't
CJ Stroud.
wait.
I like CJ Stroud a lot.
I love that guy.
I think CJ Stroud is phenomenal. I think he is the definition of a leader.
You know what's crazy? I saw my fault. I didn't mean to
No,
cut
you
you off.
good. No, you
I
good.
saw a top 10 of rookie quarterback years. They put RG3 in front of CJ Stroud.
Really?
They put,
That's your boy.
yeah, but that's BS. Like, CJ Stroud had the second best rookie quarterback season ever. They put Justin Herbert in front of him, and I couldn't remember the other quarterback. But I'm like, they're really like downing on CJ Stroud. They do not believe in him.
Yeah, I don't know. His rookie year, that boy went nuts.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got to think, he was throwing to Tank Dell, who was still not. I mean,
He made
rookie.
and Nico was nobody.
Collins, who
They
was
were
a
both
nobody.
nobodies.
And now look, Nico is highly regarded as, I don't know where you would rank him, but he's top wide receiver.
So
He's
I
ranked
think
top 20 now.
Nico.
Yeah, like I think,
Top 20.
but
He's between that 10 to 20.
and that's off what, 2 seasons of him
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
his name out there.
Yeah.
He's
Tank
between 10
Dell
to 20.
has been battling injury. I thought he was going to be better than what he is. He's been battling a lot of injuries. But I think he fits kind of like that Zay Flowers role where he's good hands, quick, shifty.
Yeah.
So I like them. I think CJ Stroud's still just been getting shit on for some reason. I guess because he's a Houston.
He did have a down year last year.
Yeah,
he had a down year.
Yeah,
Like,
down
in the
year
playoffs,
doesn't
he
show
showed
up.
that he's like, I'm that fucking.
But I feel like
I'm that dude.
The down year also came off of like every fucking wide receiver he had was like healthy, injured. The other two were like, all right, we're good, injured. One came back, injured. Another one.
And the thing is, he was
like
set to succeed with Nico, Tank, and Diggs. Diggs gone. Tank gone. Nico gone. Everybody was gone.
Yeah.
Mechie gone. Everybody was gone.
I thought that team. I was like, they're gonna make a crazy run in the playoffs. If when I thought that team was staying.
Yeah,
I think
they
part of
did
it.
well for what they had.
Yeah,
I think
they
part of
did.
it too. It doesn't. Is very few quarterbacks, but you don't read through this. A lot of quarterbacks go through that sophomore year slump too.
I think it builds the character.
You know, I think that's a good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but again, I think like
Baker
I
can throw it, and look at him now.
yeah, I had that. That's different, but
Different.
it's completely
You're
different.
tripping.
What do you mean?
Dog shit.
What?
He went from great rookie,
Yeah.
sophomore slump,
Yeah.
and he was still with the Browns, and he had another great year with the Browns.
I wouldn't say great.
You're
Whoa, hold on.
He goes
Hold on.
Baker, and now he's like,
No, I like Baker. I like Baker, but no, I'm not gonna sit here and let you say, well, 1,300 yards
oh, I'm
total
sorry,
for a
it's not
running
Joe
back.
Flacco.
No.
Check
me out. You're not gonna sit here and tell me 1,300 yards is not a good
Scrimmage
season for a
yards?
running
No.
back. But then he probably had mediocre stats as season 3. Season 3, what do you have?
Season 3, he had 3,563 passing yards, 26 touchdowns with only 8 interceptions.
Okay.
Uh,
What about season 4?
No, we're not going to season 4. What?
But if you want to go season 4, he still threw for 3,000 yards. He played 2 less games. He had 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
And what about season 5?
That's when
That's
he
when
was
he was
Carolina.
Carolina.
And he played 7
And then he went
games.
to the Rams, played. It says 5. I thought he only played 1 game.
I thought he played 2. I thought.
I mean, but hey, since he's been with Tampa,
He's been great. But it's different because CJ Stroud. No, but what I'm here. I hear it. But I don't like you comparing like the CJ Stroud situation to Baker because I think CJ Stroud has a legitimate chance to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. Baker does not have the chance. He's not top 5. No, he's not top 5.
Oh, okay, he's not top 5.
See, you think CJ Stroud top 5?
No.
The Baker Mayfield,
has the 5.
and even after that year 3 from me, I never would have thought of Baker Mayfield as a chance of being top 5 still in that league.
Yeah.
I literally see CJ Stroud as a top 5 quarterback.
Can we say though? I mean, his second year, was it really that big of a slump? He threw 21 picks, which is
that's why it's a slump.
insane.
Yeah.
But 22 touchdowns, and he threw for damn near 4,000 yards his second season. It's still, but like
it's still a slump. It's a picks.
Yeah, but he still was winning games.
He put his team in jeopardy more times than not.
That is true.
It doesn't matter. He was throwing the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the touchdowns, the interceptions, and the yards to prove it.
Yeah.
He was throwing the ball more than usual, but he did put his team in jeopardy.
And I still, even with that, he still had a good year. I would say, again, I like Baker. I don't think Baker's bad. I think he's a good quarterback. Like I said earlier, he's
definitely a good quarterback.
He's between
third in yards and
I think he was.
I think if you actually did your
fantasy
rankings, if you did your actual rankings, he's between 7 to 10.
Yeah,
as a quarterback.
No, I agree. I think
Regardless
he
of
did
the
that at
stats,
the end
you
of the
just
year.
eyeball it. You all know what the top 5 are. He's not in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us had him in our top 10, did we?
I had him in my top 10.
I don't think I had him. I think he's the one I left off.
But again, Baker's a nice. It's just don't compare him to
I don't think
CJ.
QBs.
Don't compare him to CJ because CJ, I like CJ a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He got so much raw, and he's a phenomenal leader. Not saying Baker isn't. I think he's a phenomenal leader, and he's thankfully in a really good division to be in too for him. And I think he's gonna have so much fucking success. I think there's gonna be an argument that CJ Stroud could be a top 5 quarterback at one point. He has the tools and ability to. I never
feel
saw
like
that with
his
Baker.
rookie year is a top 5 that season.
I'd have to go back and look. Maybe he was, but
They had the same numbers as.
No, I think it was
the same numbers as Jaden.
no top 5 in the
he's
league.
top-
I wouldn't.
I think his rookie year, I placed him like at 10, and then I got like shit on for it.
Really?
Because even then, you think about it.
But he had the best rookie year I've
That's
ever
what I'm saying.
witnessed.
Before
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels, that was the
even-
best rookie year.
but
But
even-
Jaden Daniels, that was my whole argument that one time was Jaden Daniels automatically 5, where CJ Stroud just, what, a few years
I put him
back,
between
5
5 to
They had
10.
the same, almost the same.
I wouldn't say it's.
I think last
I don't want to
year
go
I
down
had
that rabbit
Jaden
hole
Daniels at
conversation
5-2.
again.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I had him
Like
at
for us to
5.
put Jaden Daniels
Yeah.
at 5, how do you not put Stroud at 5?
I don't want to go to that rabbit hole again because that'd be a long-winded thing.
Yeah.
We can save that for another one because, like I said, we're running pretty long already.
But
But again,
we talked about we were on the Texans and CJ Stroud. Let's move on to another quarterback we talked to was Baker Mayfield. Let's talk about the Bucks and their draft.
Mhm.
Dude, another team stays good because of the way they drafted.
Dude,
Their weapons on offense are ridiculous.
and they picked up 2 new wide receivers.
Yeah, and they're fast as hell.
They picked up 2 corners and 2 edge rushers.
Hey,
They knew what they wanted.
hey, real quick though, with Tampa, you want to put some fucking respect on his name. He's Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving's a dog.
He's the running back one.
You were telling me all last year when I was trying to trade for Bucky. You're trading for a number for a running back committee and Bucky Irving.
It's fantasy. You don't want a running back committee.
Poor Bucky Irving fantasy wise. I'll tell you.
You can do that all you want. In the middle of the season, you don't want a running back who's on a running back committee. That's how.
I mean, he's the
goes.
number one
That's
running
why
back.
you lost.
I mean, he's the number one running back.
Brother, he wasn't the number one running back.
On that
He
team,
only
he
went
was.
over Gibbs
On that
once.
team, though, on that team. In the committee, he was the number one in that team. In that team, he was
13.
in that team. All right. When
In
I was
committee.
yeah. When I was trying to trade for end of the season, right? What did he finish the season with?
Did you
We
win?
no, check me
Did
out.
you win?
Hear me out. When I tried to trade, that's a terrible trade. After that, New York Giants 26 points, Carolina 29. Then you had the dud at 2. Then you had 15, 18, 25, 16. Shut up.
Rashad White.
He is not.
Rashad White.
Yeah,
It was
Rashad White
similar.
nowhere
It
near.
was similar.
Nowhere near.
Yes,
You're
it was.
smoking.
It was similar.
No, you're wrong. You are wrong. But I'll
Did
tell
you
you.
win your fantasy league?
No, that's not the question. You were wrong.
Did you win?
All right, let's start from the Giants game. 11. Carolina 8. Then he had a 24 against the Raiders. That was a good one.
All right, you got me.
13,
You got me.
10,
You got me.
4, 0.
But did you
Shut
win?
up.
But did you win?
Did you?
No, I didn't.
I
come
didn't
to
win
terms
either.
with that.
I did. I came to terms with it too. But you all see, you're trading for a running back. Dude, Bucky Irving is on the back.
What did
of the
that
top
trade
10.
do for you?
That trade? If I would have made that trade, I would have went all the way.
So you didn't make the trade.
I did not.
So
make
that
the
means
trade.
you're a dumbass.
Yeah, because listen, you're a dumbass. That's the problem.
That's your fault for listening to other
Listen,
people.
you're a dumbass all year.
You're a follower, not a leader, dog.
Dude, hold on. Real quick from a fantasy standpoint, because I'm not trying to make this too long-winded. David Rivera's my boy. He drafted for my 12-man league because I couldn't I was at work. Who's that running back that you drafted and you told me you drafted in all my fucking leagues that was going to
Samir White, he was supposed to be good.
Yeah,
He
that
sucked.
worked out.
He
He's
sucked.
fucking terrible.
I got shit on for that.
I got shit on for that, and then someone tried to trade me Ayuk the other day too in my dynasty. I was like, stay the fuck away from me. I don't want Ayuk near me.
No, you're the guy
Yeah,
that was all
yeah,
like
yeah.
you
That's what I
last
said.
year.
I want to stay away
And
from
I
Ayuk.
told you I didn't like him
No.
like that. Yes, I did. I
Yeah.
said I stayed away from. I said you could pick him. It's probably going to be a good pick, but I didn't pick him in any of my leagues.
If he's falling in the 5th round, I'm picking him.
No.
All right.
Hell no,
Good,
brick
Guido.
hands.
Guido gets back in on the topic.
How do we think of the Carolina Panthers this draft?
They did great. I think Bryce Young is going to have a lot of weapons, and I think the Panthers are actually going to compete.
Oh, Dave is a Carolina fan now. He likes Bryce Young.
You're wearing the colors.
He likes. Oh, so it's the Giants colors, it's the Carolina colors. Every blue team he's gonna put out there.
So they picked up McMillan, wide receiver,
Great.
first round.
Best wide receiver in the draft.
Great for them. It says that they needed edge rush.
Mm-hmm.
They went and picked up back-to-back, round 2, round 3. They picked up 2 edge rushers. Great. They picked up Trevor Etienne, which is
He's not going to start. I
Yeah.
don't see him starting.
but still.
Actually, no, you could. If,
But they picked up
if
ETN?
Brooks doesn't play.
What's his name? His little brother, I guess.
Oh,
Travis's little brother.
Yeah,
Oh.
Travis.
I was gonna say I thought.
Yeah, Travis's brother, Trevor Etienne.
No.
They picked up a safety, defensive tackle, tight end, wide receiver. Their defense was ranked like dead last season.
Yeah.
So they needed to beef up the defense, which looks like they did decent. I mean, they picked up 2 edge rushers, safety, defensive tackle. They probably should have went with like another corner.
Is that going to work? I don't think their defense is going to make a difference. I think it's going to be shit again, but at least they have a fighting chance now.
Yeah, because
on
last
offense?
year
It took Bryce Young getting benched
And it
to
was like-
actually play good.
and it was like Adam Thielen's old ass still trying to fucking
Yeah,
carry.
still-
Yeah, Adam Thielen had a big
Yeah,
year.
but that's what I'm saying. It's like you're like that offense just depended on him and
Mhm.
our boy Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard,
Yeah, he
He's
does.
taking your boy's spot next year.
Jonathan Brooks fucking injured prone. He's like CMC. He can't stay on the field.
How do the 49ers do? With like them losing
Oh wait, real quick, before we even talk about the draft.
49ers should have picked the quarterback. They should have.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought they were gonna.
What happened to Brock Purdy?
He got his extension, right?
Yeah, I thought that wasn't gonna happen.
Blockbuster.
I don't know. You never know with the 49ers.
No, but you were very adamant.
That was a hot take, and you can go back because I went back on the podcast and listened, and it said, hot take, 49ers draft the quarterback.
Who said that?
Me.
There you go. Were you wrong?
Yeah, on a hot take, yeah.
Well,
I hope I was
right
wrong on a hot take.
He was right on the Giants.
He was right.
I'm right on the
All
Giants.
his hot takes that fail. It's
Ain't
just a
Mr.
hot take.
Shador.
It's no big deal.
Ain't
And
Mr.
when one hot take hits, Mr. Shador, I know ball. None of you
That's
know
right.
ball.
That's right. All you know is balls and mouth. That's it.
All right. The 49ers went and got an edge rusher, defensive tackle, a linebacker, a corner,
Yeah,
another
fucking
defensive tackle,
receiver. That's
a
what
wide,
you need.
a wide
That's what you
receiver, a running back.
Jordan James is good.
They picked up another QB, another wide receiver, another guard, another safety.
They shit the bed, I think.
But they damn near filled every fucking position possible.
Yeah, but they didn't fill them at the right times. They needed wide receivers. They
Yeah,
didn't
they need a fucking
they
wide
got
receiver.
a wide receiver in round 5.
4.
Yeah,
Four.
But
they
yeah,
got
still.
They got $30 million wide receiver that's worth $3 million a year.
I'm talking about IU.
Yeah, fucking IU. IU sucks. IU really
I
sucks.
don't know.
And is Debo still a Niner?
No, you got
No,
traded.
he's a commander.
Oh,
They have-
man.
they have-
That was like 6
That's
fucking
right.
months ago, dude.
But it's
I'm a
not.
cop.
It's still not official yet.
I'm a cop.
What does that fucking mean?
I don't fucking pay attention.
Okay.
This-
Hey, real quick though, shout out to the chat. 75 people.
fuck yeah.
Okay, let's go. Hey, let's start dropping some comments.
Yeah,
Let's
give us
go.
who your team is,
Yeah.
so we can
Your team
we can
is.
go over your draft.
Yeah.
What's another team? Packers. Packers have been a team that have been on the up and up.
I think they just picked. They like overloaded their positions. They
They
picked
went-
up wide receiver. Why do you need a wide receiver?
They
Means
went,
they don't got a number one wide receiver.
Bro, they're never gonna get a number 1. They just keep picking up.
they went 2 wide receivers.
Yeah,
Gold.
like-
Oh, they
Come
got
on.
2 wide receivers now.
Bro, they have these young wideouts and they can't even produce them. Like
Yeah, at least
they're
let
not gonna make a difference.
them guys build and learn. They just keep draft new guy in, step up.
Like I like their wide receivers. I wish what they would have done was not draft wide receivers. Maybe got like a veteran style wide receiver on the offseason to take some of the pressure off, like the Watsons. Dobbs is on that team, right?
Yep.
He's
supposed to be the number 1. Him and
supposed-
Watson.
Yeah, but
Dobbs too.
Dobbs doesn't have the mentality to be a number 1.
I think he reminds me a lot of Diggs. And that the mentality.
Mentality, okay, yeah. I can get with that. Yeah. I that's my issue.
Jaden Reed's a dog though.
Jaden Reed's a
is
dog,
a
too.
dog.
And
Hands down.
Watson was supposed to be a 1 too. Watson was
He
very
can't stay healthy.
yeah.
And the thing
He
is,
got
when
a lot
he
of
plays,
promise.
he's great. Like he
Yeah.
scores touchdowns. He's definitely a good route runner.
Yeah.
But he just can't stay healthy.
Man, rookie year, he was projected to be
He had
an up and
9.
coming
Yeah, he had like 9 or 10
a top 10
touchdowns.
wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
So. And I like Watson a lot.
Real quick, shout out to Hardy, the Outlaw beer.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's a little bit better than Bud Light actually. I'm not a Bud Light guy.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, so let's jump
Wanna
over
try
to another
try
divisional rival, the Bengals. I feel like they should have been.
Oh, that's dog shit.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, David. Nah, I
It's
just
a
don't
light
like that.
beer. It's not IPA. I'm sorry, man.
It tastes like water mixed with.
That's exactly what it is.
Why am I drinking
It's a
water?
light beer.
Why don't I
It's
drink
a light
water?
beer. It's like Coors.
It's like Keystone. That's what it tastes like.
I love Keystone.
What the fuck? Do you really like Keystone?
I can drink a whole pack and I can drunk. Fuck
There's-
yeah, I like Keystone.
That made me throw up. Keystone sucks.
Dude, Keystone while camping, you can drink all day and not feel a thing.
You like Keystone?
I've never even tried to drink it. That shit looks like
It's just water. It's water.
It's just
Water.
it's really just fucking piss. It's worse than Coors Light. Look at it. You gotta agree though. You guys off topic.
So, Bengals.
Bengals suck ass as always.
Suck.
They fucking suck. They can't do free agency right. They can't do drafting right. They can't coach right. They can't do anything fucking right.
Who's gonna come in last? Is it the Bengals or Browns?
I'm gonna be honest.
Or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh could come in last.
Honestly, it's a fucking dog race for who comes in last. Obviously, Ravens come in 1, and then everyone else it doesn't really fucking
Yeah, because
matter.
it's like Browns drafted
They drafted okay.
okay.
Yeah, but again, they
But they
did
already-
the same thing that the Packers did and overloaded on positions.
So yeah, like Browns already had
They have their already skill positions to be successful.
Well, that's
The Browns'
yeah,
defense
all
is
agree.
great.
Like,
I don't know
Browns
Well,
have
even
all-
offensively, like Jerry Judy, he made his whole
Yeah,
career
he-
over again in
exactly.
Cleveland. Tillman is a really good number 2.
Yep.
They have a good running back committee for the most
Nick
part.
Chubb's not a Brown anymore.
He's not.
No.
Who's the other one that they had that was pretty good?
I forgot his
I
name.
forgot
But he was pretty solid.
But he
though.
was yeah.
I don't
You have
think he was a starter.
You have a good tight end. David Njoku.
Jerome Ford.
And
Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
David Njoku though. David
Ford's not that
Njoku
good.
is fucking really good.
Ford's not that
It
good.
was a good committee when you kind of had.
Yeah, but now they have Judkins. They can just run with Judkins. He's a good running back.
But David Njoku does not get enough credit.
I
I like David Njoku a lot.
He
But the
torches
thing
us.
And he's older. He is
He
older.
torches us every fucking time.
It's because nobody can cover.
He's a big athletic ass dude.
Yeah.
Like he's just big and
Yeah.
athletic.
I like
He's-
that.
David. And he has hands. He has hands. He
He's
has
like
really
a
good
Mark
hands.
Andrews. Actually, I would say he's like an
Don't
Isaiah
mention
Likely.
hands and
No, but he's an Isaiah Likely. I was gonna say he's a hands guy like Andrews, but with the athleticism of
So
Likely.
who do you like better, Likely or Njoku?
Probably not joking. He's
When
definitely.
healthy, barring health, obviously.
He's probably not joking because he's.
I think Njoku.
If Likely gets a starting position,
Yeah.
he will have the same.
But look
Hayward
what Njoku's done with nothing.
Yeah,
At a quarterback position.
Yeah.
Imagine you give him an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
Dude, you'd be talking about Njoku as a top 5 tight end
Oh yeah.
at a
I'm
minimum.
surprised he doesn't-
If you throw Lamar on that team, they have the same success as the Ravens have had.
So they-
I think Njoku's just as good as that 1,300-yard season that Andrews has.
Yeah.
With Lamar.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a
I agree.
1,300-yard tight end.
I agree.
100%. And Joe Flacco is going to show when he plays.
Jesus Christ.
I kid you not, no. He had his
They're all gonna
best.
split games.
No, no.
It's gonna be 3 games.
No.
You get 2
I
games
remember-
back to back.
Remember, I went over that. The stats, though, when Joe Flacco went in,
Joe Flacco
Joe and
and
Njoku was gold.
Yeah.
And Njoku had, I think, 300-yard games in that 6-game stretch.
If I see Flacco starting, I'm betting Njoku's over.
Oh yeah.
100%.
2 touchdowns. One game, didn't he have like 2 or 3 touchdowns with Flacco? I was like, yo, this.
And he had three
What is like? Where did
three
that
average
actually come
400
from?
yards.
Well, Flacco is a tight end guy.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, Pitta was his guy.
And Njoku had he had 4 games that year with 90-plus yards. 3 out of 4 were Flacco, and all 3 were 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
And then
And
the
Njoku-
playoffs, he went stupid.
yeah, and Njoku's a hell. You just need to give him a quarterback and give him the ball.
I think Njoku had almost 200 yards receiving in the playoffs.
Dude, and
Our
Njoku's
playoff
so
game,
good.
He went crazy.
So, like I said, you give him a actual quarterback,
Yeah.
Shador could be that guy.
it should be that guy.
I feel like Shador would be a tight end guy, just because I know I've knocked on his arm strength a lot, but if the tight end is there, they're not running 20 yards.
Yeah, like look at the
Breeze.
dip off. Look at the dip off from 23-2024 for Njoku.
Yeah.
882 yards of 505.
Yeah.
And you got to think about it. 4 out of them 6 touchdowns all from Joe from that
And
16
all
stretch.
of those, most of those yards
are from Joe.
From
Yeah.
Joe
That's what I'm
Flacco,
saying. So
He's
it's
hitting
like
100-yard games.
you give him an actual competent tight end. I mean a quarterback.
Yeah.
Completely different.
That's the
Yeah,
like,
like,
dude,
they
this
have all the
Browns,
skill
this Browns team has literally like just been
It's
like
the franchise is just
teeter totter. Like
Yeah.
we have the roster, but it's the same as the Jets. The QB issue, the front office
Yeah.
issue, the head coaching.
I don't have an issue with the head coach. I like Stefanski. I think Stefanski is a great coach. Not great. I wouldn't say great. I think he's a good coach.
2-time coach of the year.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
I
you
was
have
trying
to
to
deal
think,
with
but I was
the.
thinking of Cincy's head coach. I
Yeah.
don't like him. Zach
I don't think
Taylor's
Zach
awful.
Taylor was terrible. But when you think about that year that you had 4 different quarterbacks and you still found a way to get into the playoffs,
That's true.
you got to give a lot
He
of
plays
credit.
chess.
I think
So then
Stefanski's
where do
good.
you think the issue falls?
It's
more
front
above,
office.
above him.
Front office and quarterback. That's really what it is.
It's got to be front office because this draft was dog shit for them. Besides the running back. Besides that
Well, did
one
you-
running back.
You see, you see his face, Stefanski's face at the draft. He was not.
When they
happy at
drafted
all.
Sanders, he
He
had
was not happy.
no smile. He was pissed.
Because
it's
Bro, he already drafted his guy.
That's
He wanted
probably-
Dylan
That's
Gabriel.
what I'm saying. He was like, "What do you know? Who did the ownership came in?
Yeah.
That was all owner.
Yeah.
GM didn't want to make that
Bro,
move either.
money,
The owner came
Money.
in and said,
Because guess what? Who's the highest selling jersey right now? Shador Sanders.
Shador Sanders with the Cleveland Browns.
Who would buy a fucking Browns jersey? Like if you're not
If
if
you're
you're
a
not
Cincy-
a Browns fan and you're like, I like Shador,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm not buying his Browns jersey,
But-
I'll wait for him to go to
Yeah.
another team eventually.
But if you're a NFL, I mean, if you're just a football, like a diehard football fan, Sanders could become a great quarterback.
He could.
He's with his
so much
from his dad.
competition.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can see people wanting to get his jersey just because of that.
yeah, but that jersey is
Regardless,
dog
Yeah,
shit.
regardless of the jersey,
We
just
know-
because of the
jersey
name.
is
You're buying it for Sanders' name.
We
not
know-
jersey is so.
We know how
ugly.
good Sanders was and how NFL ready he was coming into the league. What we thought, right? what we thought. We thought him and Cam were the most NFL ready.
I
thought Cam was
think he's
number
gonna
one.
ball out.
Cam was definitely number
Yeah.
one, yeah. So we got Sanders. We all thought he was going to go two.
He's still gonna
Right?
ball out.
Yeah.
Second quarterback off the board. If you look at his stats in college, they suck.
Oh yeah, no, there's.
And they retired his number.
I don't think he deserved his
No.
amount of time.
And again, why did he get his number retired?
Oh, that was his pops.
Yeah.
But his pops, but at the same time, also look at the hype they brought to that team.
Yeah.
Colorado's never had a
Nobody,
quarterback.
nobody
Never had
cared for that team
I
or
get it.
knew about that team.
Exactly.
I get it,
Right.
but again, a lot of that's because of that.
Those two put that team.
No,
on
Travis
fucking-
Hunter.
Travis
is the
Hunter.
reason-
Hunter
Yeah.
put that team.
Hey, don't
on
get
the
that.
fucking
That's
board.
right. Travis Hunter
Travis Hunter
is what carried that team.
That's one thing I was thinking about when I seen Hunter go second and then Shador falls for him. Like, how much of Shador's success was
Travis.
really just
Travis
Travis
Hunter.
Hunter? I still think Shador's going to
I
do well.
hate
but
Trevor
it's like-
Lawrence, but I'm excited to see Travis Hunter like on the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Like see what he does.
I
on,
wish he just
on offense.
I
and
heard
defense.
they play both
said
sides
they'll
of the
let
ball.
him. They
Yeah,
said
I
they'll
really-
let him.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Yeah.
excited to see that for the first time because I didn't get to watch the Cowboys because obviously I'm too young.
Yeah.
You're probably not, but I'm too young.
You're 2 years younger than me, dude.
I'm too young. I was around for prime time on the Ravens, but he didn't play offense. So I didn't get to see prime time on offense and defense.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see Travis Hunter play offense and defense.
I just wish we could just flip Trevor Lawrence off
And
put like I'd rather Herbert just
Yeah.
like somebody else be his
Herbert?
QB. Bro,
Herbert's 10 times better than Trevor Lawrence.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But like
he's
Trevor
his
Lawrence
problem.
is just like,
I like Herbert.
bro, what is Trevor Lawrence
I
doing?
like Herbert.
It-
I'm a huge Herbert guy. Ducks guy.
Trevor Lawrence.
Now I'm a
This is
Chargers
it.
fan.
Can we agree this is Trevor Lawrence's make or break season? He's had how many years now?
It doesn't even matter because he's already signed until
I know, but
2028,
I'm
so it
saying,
doesn't
like,
even matter.
I'm
at this
saying
point.
as like a
Bro,
fan perspective.
I
No,
hate him a
Trevor-
Stafford.
Trevor Lawrence
Well, yeah, like
is going to be, at best, a top 12 quarterback in the league. At best. That's his ceiling.
there.
No, that's his ceiling. That's what he can
Oh,
reach.
if that's at a ceiling,
That's his ceiling is top 12. Nothing more than that. But real quick, let's get ready because we're running a little bit. Let's go to NBA now. I think we covered majority teams, right?
Yeah, for the most part, we jumped around.
Covering the NBA.
So real quick, before we even switch to banners, shout out to the chat. We have 80 people right now.
That's good.
I think that's one of our highest
playoffs.
ones.
Do you want me to just do a quick
We
rundown?
go-
Yeah, quick rundown. Go to round one.
Go
So-
to round one.
Round one, we had the Thunder Grizzlies. Thunder won.
I
That was
thought
a practice.
Thunder was going to be belt to ass.
That was gonna be a practice. I thought the Grizzlies were gonna put up a better fight.
I thought they put up better.
John
I
Morant
thought-
had one good game, and then he got hurt in that game, and then that's what.
And John Morant sat in the interview afterwards and said, "Well, we had him figured out."
Yeah, I was
Right.
like, 40
But
nothing.
you're not having that.
Listen how bad. No, real quick though. I saw this stat. Listen how bad the Grizzlies were against them. They were 0-8 against OKC this year. Between regular season and playoffs, they were 0-8,
But they had.
and you had them figured out. Shut the fuck up.
That was
John Morant is so.
all right. Jumping to the next game. It was or next series. Nuggets Clippers.
That was,
That
That was a
series.
great
Great
series. That
Great
was-
I
series.
did not expect the Clippers to put up a fight the way they did.
James Harden did what he always does, and he fucking choked. That shit pissed me off so much.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Can we be honest though? I think the Clippers match up really well against OKC.
Dude, if the Clippers would have won, I think they would have made a good run. Honestly,
I think they were
because
made a good run.
Kawhi was balling, Harden was balling. That's all you needed from the Clippers.
And honestly, even the Nuggets, I think whoever won that
the
series,
Nuggets right now are fucking dangerous.
yeah,
I-
they all.
they have the
both
best
of them
player in the
teams-
league.
Both
They're
of them
dangerous.
teams had a good chance against
Yeah,
OKC,
like-
matchup wise.
Like this series, I know we talk about NBA Finals, Western Conference Finals, Eastern. This was pretty much like
That was
if
the
the Nuggets
highlight.
go
Yeah.
to the finals, this is the finals.
Yeah.
This is the two teams we thought that besides the East, right?
Yeah.
Celtics, we
Yeah.
all think the Celtics are going to go. But this matchup is probably going to be the best matchup all of the playoffs.
that was a hell of a series, just because of the way the games ended.
Yeah.
A lot of the games
Last
ended,
second,
and the way
last second
3-point
boards.
games.
and the way the Nuggets closed them out too,
Yeah.
was you showed championship pedigree. And one last thing I want to talk about the Nuggets, right?
That's that Nugget. That's the championship
I
experience.
think
It's
the
just-
Nuggets have been there
They've
before.
been
the
there, but
Clippers have
also
not.
too, like you look at that starting five or six or that team in general,
Yeah.
they all understand whose role is who.
Yeah.
They,
They
all
have their
have
identity.
Bro,
they have
Nuggets-
respect for each other.
if
If
you
that
click,
makes sense.
if you look at the stats for the final game, Game 7, they all had
Double
almost
digits.
20 points each.
Yeah. They spread the ball really well. They really
I think
accept the
Jokic is
fact.
the only one, but Jokic is a poor guy. He's going to get a triple double every
Yeah.
game. Like
Yeah.
he's there.
I think they all accept the fact that Jokic is the captain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm gonna be honest. If you got players come in that ever disrespect Jokic, I feel like that core, the Gordon, the Porter, the Jamal Murray, they check them players right away.
And don't even
Westbrook. Don't even
Westbrook. Yes,
Westbrook is such a huge off-season addition.
I like to see that.
I would
Westbrook in my pool.
Yeah,
I've
I like
always
Westbrook.
loved Westbrook. But I just want to see that man win something. Man.
I've always liked Westbrook, not only as the player, but the person.
I like his passion for the game. That boy just loves to entertain.
The
I
way
hate his outfits though. Don't get me wrong. He can't dress for
What?
His outfits are garbage.
I like his outfits.
But other than that, I love everything about that.
But you ever watch his press conference interviews and stuff?
Yeah.
Dude, he's very
He's a
respectful to the media members.
Yeah.
He always shows love to every one of his team.
Yeah.
He always talks about
Until
his
they say
teammates.
something crazy, and he's like,
Yeah.
He's a character.
But he always shows love to his
Yes.
teammates and wins more
Yeah.
than himself.
Yeah.
I
like Westbrook a lot.
if obviously my team's not going all the way, I know that we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But if there's another team I would like to see win, it would probably be the Nuggets just because of Westbrook. I would like to see Westbrook.
Not only
win.
that, but Jokic is also, he might not win MVP this year, but he is
the best player.
the best player.
100%.
This is his best year.
Dude, he's
Ever
averaging
played.
30. He's averaging like 30, 10, and 10
Yeah.
for the season.
Yeah. Like,
That's
he
insane.
is balling. And if he wins,
Well,
it's well deserved.
Honestly, like I can't wait to see where Jokic fall. Like however much longer he has playing. I don't even know how old he is.
Well, like fall.
real
like,
quick, we
top-
gotta-
like,
we gotta
I want
response.
to see when
center.
it's all said and done where he falls because this man has been playing out of his mind.
I think he has it.
So
Shaq has what, 3 rings? I think Jokic has to get one more.
Yeah.
He has to get one more.
we have a comment from Sports Testimony. He wholeheartedly deserves MVP though.
I think he does too. But Shai does not. Shai deserves it too.
He does.
And this could be a dual MVP. We can see it.
No, they're gonna give it a shot because they don't. If it was a different situation, if Jokic never got one,
Mhm.
I could see a dual MVP at that point. Since Jokic has gotten multiples
But
already,
see, like that's
I feel like the voter
I
fatigue is
hate
gonna do
that
that.
shit. Like I get it,
Yeah.
but like
but it's the same thing too, where it's like everybody wanted to see the Timberwolves go past the Lakers because they're the new, young, and upcoming team.
See,
Everybody wanted the Rockets.
I want
Everybody wants the Rockets to go above the Warriors because they're new. People are tired of seeing the old players
so
go further.
quote me now,
They want to see the younger ones
I
go forward.
want the
It's the same
Rockets
concept.
to win because they are young, but I know in Game 7 they are not going to beat the
They're not
Warriors.
sold.
I know they're going to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So
They're not built for that.
if we want to switch, we can switch to the Warriors Houston series. I am obviously a Warriors fan. I am super fucking pissed off about Game 6. I'm really
This
fucking
series
pissed off.
should not have gone to
No,
7.
it should not have gone to
Yeah.
7.
It should have
I'm
gone to
gonna blame
5.
coaching. I'm gonna blame coaching. Also in Game 5, your fucking backups get it down to a 13-point game with 4 minutes and some change.
Yeah.
You got Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler on the bench. I don't care how they played to start the game. Houston put their starters back in. You put your starters in because I played the whole game plan in my head. You're down by 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if you're a starting unit, right, you put yourself in a 30-point hole. Your backups get you in a position to win the game.
Yeah.
What momentum do you have coming in versus Houston Rockets starters where they're like, damn, we came out. Now we got to go back in. So check me out. You got Steph Curry, best 3-point shooter of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have to do is do this. You go in. All it takes is Steph Curry to go down and hit a 3. Now it's a 10-point game. Who gets hyped off with Steph Curry hitting the 3? Listen to my logic real quick. I'm going to break it down. Steph Curry hits a 3, right? Who gets hyped? Draymond Green. What does Draymond Green do best? Defensive.
Fight.
Defense. Seriously, defensive. So what is defense? What's a very vintage Draymond Green move? Get a defensive style. Get a defensive style.
Kick somebody in the nuts.
And then who gets hyped after that? All right, hold on.
Now finish your rant.
No, but who gets hyped after that? Who gets hyped after that? Jimmy Butler.
Uh-huh.
What does Jimmy Butler does great? Go downhill, get to N1. You go down, get an N1. Now that 13-point is a 6-point swing to where you're down by 7 for 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Jimmy Butler and Dylan Brooks just going at it is funny as shit.
First off, Dylan Brooks can't hold fucking Jimmy
No, he
Butler's
can't.
jock
He
at all.
can't.
But seriously, I thought that was a coaching lapse right there, where it's like, again, I get your starters didn't play great at all to play. They played fucking horrendous. But such a momentum is a thing. And all it takes is Steph Curry. It's just like you guys play basketball before, obviously. When you have an off day, as soon as you hit that first shot, you start feeling it. Yeah. Your rhythm. You just need to get a couple good shots in. I thought that was a really bad coaching thing from Kerr at that point. But we'll go more after.
I
Let's
got
go
a
to the
question for
comment
you
first.
before we move off Warriors.
We're not moving on. I just want to do the comment.
Hold on, real quick. Before we get into that, I have a good question for you as a Warriors fan. When Curry retires, do you think Curry stays or do you think he retires?
I think Curry is gone, and I'll be honest.
Not gone. He moves up.
He moves up. I don't think he's a coach anymore. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I think Curry's still a good coach. I think sometimes the message gets stale, your style gets stale, and I think it might be a good change for the Warriors once this Curry era is over too.
Yeah.
For Curry to kind of just start all over again, if that makes sense, from coaching, from everything. Because the way Curry's coached has been coaching around Curry, coaching around Draymond. You know, you don't have to completely change your style, which I think is going to be very difficult, especially in today's basketball with all the teams getting younger.
So
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him. I feel like. I feel like also too.
It's just
That's
like
what I
Pop
was
is
gonna say.
Duncan. So it's going to be the same thing. Once Curry's gone, I don't see Curry staying the coach.
And also too, why not leave on a high? I mean, you don't want to end your career being dog shit. You got to think about it. From playing and coaching, he has some of the most. He probably arguably has top championships of all time.
Dude, think
He
of
does.
him. Yeah, think of
Yeah,
him between
three
his
rings in a
career
row,
and coaching.
Yeah.
and
And then also he has championships as assistant coaches too.
Yeah,
Don't forget about that too. So I think it was like 13 total championships between players.
So we're not going to say he's a bad coach. He's not a bad
Yeah, he's not a bad coach.
No.
But I think the message gets stale after a time, and I think the league might change, and then the roster fully changing. It might be
If you lose Curry, you pretty much turn into the Wizards. Like, there's nothing there. You're not keeping Jimmy. Jimmy's not going to stay.
Well, you're not losing Curry. No. Curry and Jimmy. I get
They
it.
don't have anybody.
But Curry,
they did have people. They had
well, you're not keeping Jimmy.
Beal and Wall.
Wall was one of the greatest point guards we've ever seen, and they couldn't do anything with him. Beal, great forward,
Don't bring
couldn't
that
do
up.
shit.
So I'm
Like,
gonna be
come
honest.
on.
Can you? I want to get back to the Warriors. But can you name what year was the last year that was just had a 50+ win season? Because I Googled.
I
Chat
can't.
GPT did.
I can't.
What was it?
I think it was 2015.
No, 1970s was the last time they
No,
had a
was
50+.
it?
Yeah.
Dog, we have not.
Yeah. They made the playoffs. They made the playoffs. They haven't had over a 50.
Yeah.
They haven't had a 50+
No,
win
I
season.
remember being at my senior prom and watching the Wizards Celtics. I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals.
Dude, how
So-
long ago was that?
2015.
But check it. They have not had a 50+ win season since the Bullets.
Really?
Yeah. Dog.
Wow.
Hey, it's a
So
struggle.
there's no hate.
Freshman
But
makes diamonds.
let's get back to the Warriors. Let's keep on track though.
Dude, in like fucking 2050, we'll be good. Just
Yeah.
wait on it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
guys move out of DC.
Bro, I actually thought we were.
They come back
It was
here,
rumored-
I'll fully support them.
It was rumored.
They come
that
back
was
here,
moving
I'm a
closer to
Wizards
Virginia.
fan.
It was rumored that the
Virginia.
Wizards were moving closer.
They are going to.
It's like
a terrible
Richmond or
market.
something
It's
like
a terrible
That's what I
It's a
think.
terrible market.
I wish
All
they
they
came
do
back
is
to
gamble.
Baltimore, but we don't have the space one for a stadium.
Yeah.
Which I think is bullshit. We
Move
could
them into Harford County and move them somewhere else.
yeah, move them out here.
Yeah.
Bro, there's so much land. Just move them somewhere.
But
The-
you want to put them in a city. Baltimore City doesn't really have any more room in the
Bel Air.
heart of the city.
Yeah. Put them in Bel Air.
Bro, they can put a fucking White Marsh for like it.
Exactly.
I would love it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Tear down White Marsh Mall, put a Bullet Stadium
They
there,
already
and
sold
bring
them.
in
They already
Bullet.
sold them all.
And that's
They're turning
apartment
condos.
complexes now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
real
condos.
Yeah.
But I agree. If they came back to Baltimore, bro,
That'd be
I
great.
think
They come to
season ticket
Baltimore,
holder.
I'm fully
I'll
supporting.
be
I'll
all
support.
in. I
I'll
don't
support.
like going to Wizards games because I don't want to jump to fucking DC, bro.
Yeah. I'll support the Wizards. I'm still going to stay strong with the Warriors if they came to Baltimore, though, just because I want to stay with the same team. But before we close off the Warriors, just a couple things. Coaching's been horrendous. First off, Jonathan Kuminga, he is not bad. They're trying to devalue his contract because he turned down a contract on the offseason.
I
He wanted
think
more.
he had like the worst year though.
No.
He was battling injury.
But Houston, though, he averaged the most points, which was 32 points.
I know, I saw that.
So you need to be playing Houston. Secondly,
Do you know
Pods-
he's been struggling against Houston?
who?
Stephon Curry. He's been
He's
struggling
averaging 24 points a game.
in the series.
Yeah.
Not like all together, all the whole year, like we talked about before. This is the only team he's actually struggled against.
Well, because they have a
All
top three.
season.
They have a top three defense coming into this year. They play a lot of zone. Oh, I'm gonna go on a quick rant. Dylan Brooks is a dirty fucking player. I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
So like he was talking about like I don't know if you guys saw, but him swatting at Curry's hand.
Well, he said he knew that he had the injured thumb.
He was like I'm gonna do that because I expect him to go my ankle. Look, this is what people don't understand, right? If you have a bad left knee,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go at you on your left side.
Yeah.
But if you're running down the court, I'm not gonna grab you by your fucking knee. That's the difference. You take advantage. Going to the left side is taking advantage. Trying to re-injure someone is being
If
dirty.
him getting
If
an
you
ejection
watch-
or a flagrant helps him win the game, he's gonna do it.
No, I'm just saying. If you
I
watch
get
the
what
game,
you're saying, but
it's dirty.
as a competitor, it's like if you know their weakness,
You don't try to hurt them though. You go at that side. You don't try to hurt them. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we're
I don't
talking-
agree with that.
we're talking
reason
about
why
an injured
that-
thumb.
But the
Yeah,
reason
no, but if
why,
you watch, I'm gonna show you a real quick clip.
I've seen the clip.
He's
I've
sorry,
seen the
It's just,
interview.
it's literally, look, he swats 10 times after the shot.
yeah, but we've seen this before with the Dirty Pistons. They won a championship doing the same
Alright.
thing.
I hear you, but let's not stay too long on this. So again, he's dirty. What we're doing wrong too. Pods is so fucking inconsistent.
Yeah.
Stop fucking playing pods. You know you need to play. You know you fucking need to play. They never play. Pat fucking Spencer, the dude who got in there with Shangoon that got ejected. Did you guys see that?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I see
he is-
Draymond was on
I
the
didn't
bench.
see it.
Draymond was like, my God.
Yeah, he was balked, dude. If I was watching the game, he's so athletic. He can play defense. In 14 minutes, he had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 5 for 7. I'm sorry. No, there's no difference between him and Pods, and he's more consistent than Pods right now. All Pods does good, where you ever see his best highlights, are when someone takes a shot they miss, he goes and balls the rebound. Let's go over this comment real quick. I'm going to go on a quick Warrior rant, and then we're going to move on. I'm sorry. So, real quick, I'll read it from here. Scoring 30 points a game isn't enough, in my opinion. Jokic averaged 3 less points, but 3 times rebound, and maybe 2 to 3 times assist. I hate the repeated Renner thing, but it happened to the GOAT. My fault. The next one is my fault for interrupting the debate.
No.
You're good. I love it. I'm with you.
I also like that he shouted out the GOAT.
The GOAT, yeah.
LeBron been snubbed on so many MVPs and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that just happens.
Still not good, but
You just, yeah, whatever.
I'll be honest.
Jokic.
I'm not gonna get off
Also,
top.
at the same time.
I want to finish the Golden Warrior champ.
You've been
But
ready.
no, check it out. No, check it out. If you gave fucking Michael Jordan Luka, you ain't getting gentleman swept.
No, you're not. You're getting a sweep.
Yeah, but
You're not getting gentleman swept.
dog, LeBron's still fucking 40 years old.
You
Jordan
get-
at 40 wasn't even in the fucking playoffs.
Because he didn't have a Luka. You gave him a Jordan.
Dog,
You gave 40 Jordan and a
He went to the
Luka.
fucking Wizards, dog. At
Yeah.
40 years old, nobody
Oh,
wanted
Wizards.
him.
The Wizards.
Oh, Wizard.
And they were even dog shit then.
Yeah,
they
because
were.
he was older with nothing. What did he have?
Older with nothing. LeBron is the same age as that man.
Don't say
Don't say nothing.
Don't say, with
Don't say nothing.
No, I'm not saying nothing. I'm
LeBron-
saying he's
but-
the same fucking.
But even when he
he
was
went
at,
to the Lakers.
yeah, even at his,
Jordan at that age went to the fucking Wizards.
but even at that point,
LeBron's never had nothing.
yeah, he had AD.
that was the
never
first
had
time Jordan had nothing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the Wizards.
Yeah.
You give him an AD, he
What do
balls
you mean?
just
That's
like
LeBron's
LeBron.
fault for leaving.
LeBron's
Cleveland.
beginning, he had fucking nothing. Where was that debate?
Yeah, and he fucking
still
sucked. He still sucked.
What are
anywhere?
What are you talking? Sucked?
He didn't
LeBron?
suck. He played.
What are we talking
He
about
played
here?
So, real quick, let's go on a
It's
quick
just
rant.
he didn't have nothing
So
to
championships. What does he have? Kyrie Irving. What do you all think about Kyrie Irving? Top 5 handles all time. Right?
Oh, brother, did you not just say top 5? Give him
Yes.
at least a
He's a
top
better
point
shooter.
guard.
He's
Hold
a
on, give
better
him at least a
blocker.
better point guard. I would say, like, Kyrie's a top tier point guard. You can't just say.
All right. Well, I just bring it as all right. Top
Kyrie's a
tier.
top
All right,
10.
top
But
top tier. Right. I didn't mean it to
That's what you
minimize.
said. You were like,
I was just, all right. So you're helping my point then. He's top 10.
Kyrie's
So,
top 10.
all right, top
All
10.
time.
Then you have D Wade and Bosh.
Yeah.
Then you have
Absolutely,
AD, prime
absolutely.
AD. Now you have Luka. He always has help. He always has.
You're forgetting the person who made the last shot. For
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, yeah, Ray
The
Allen.
second
That's what I'm
greatest
saying.
three-point shooter
So
ever.
every year that he's been successful, he has another top 10 player with him. And every year that he's not
I
successful,
wouldn't say he had a top 10 player with him.
that he's been successful, won a championship.
Who else was top? So
AD
Luka,
was top 10 when he was healthy when they won that championship in the bubble.
AD's the
I'll
best
give
player in the
I'll
league.
give
Yes.
So
So D Wade was top. D Wade was
he's
top 10 in that
healthy.
championship year.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving was top 10 that championship year. And that's it.
Bosh was one of the best.
Bosh, Luka, top 10. They're all top 10 players.
Bosh isn't like a top.
Well, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
he's
Like,
not, but
But all
at
right.
that
Yo,
point,
Jordan-
in the
So
league,
to
he
that
was.
point, that's what 4 or 5 players top 10.
yeah, every
At
championship
the
year.
time of the championship.
Yeah. So but
Jordan
again,
also had 4 teammates that were top 10 at the same fucking
Scottie
time.
Pippen, I'll give you Scottie Pippen.
What's that?
But that's what I'm saying.
But like,
You
I'm
can't
talking
say
about
LeBron
I'm talking about from a score. I'm talking about from a
with
score.
one individual.
Yeah, but they
big two.
stuck together. Jordan stayed on the Bulls until
But also from a scoring
which
position.
he retired.
He never
and
had
then
as
came back 3 years later and was like, I want to play basketball again.
Yeah.
And then found out I just don't got it. Like, okay, he hasn't played in 3 years. Why you expect him to beat the same player?
Why did he quit? Why did he go play baseball?
Because he's better than LeBron. He's like, I can do more than LeBron.
He is a
And he went and did dog shit in baseball and
He
said,
was-
this
he
isn't
was
for me. I'm going to go back. And then
But what I'm saying, from a scoring point standpoint, yeah, I get you. You can say, again, from different play styles, yes, he had top 10 players, but Jordan never consistently had this amount of scoring help all through his career. Like, Scottie Pippen was good.
At that time,
but
they also weren't it wasn't a scoring
Yeah.
league either.
I get it, but
I mean, when the main asset was rebounding, and you had Dennis Rodman, who was the best rebounder of all time, and you had a big ass Scottie Pippen, who is in theory a LeBron build.
yeah, I'm still going to say LeBron had more help.
For me, I am a more of a LeBron fan just because I got to watch him.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be easier.
LeBron is. I mean, Jordan is still like the 1A, 1B. I always go LeBron. I watched him growing up. Yeah. I have his high school jersey from when I was a kid. Like my dad. So to me, LeBron is my.
You're Jordan.
Jordan is still 1-2. Yeah. Like that's what the arguments. I don't care for it. I like to do it just because it's funny to get riled up. I honestly don't care who has Jordan or LeBron.
Let's close out this Golden State so we can move on. Again, like I said, I think there's some bad coaching.
Yeah.
I do not think the players are staying consistent around Curry. Even Butler getting hurt. Even in like Game 5 when he fell one time, he started limping. You can tell that injury's not 100%. But he's playing. Obviously, Podzinski so up and down.
When we put his
Buddy Hill,
I was like, bro.
Buddy Hill played 17 minutes, 0 points last week. The 2 games before that, he averaged 15 plus. So again, that hurts. I think not playing Pat Spencer really hurts. Yeah. I think Pat Spencer is much better.
My only worry for the Warriors is
Pods.
If you guys were to win the series, is Curry gonna be able to carry the whole series again? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Series by himself.
Yeah, it's just like. But the one thing I'm gonna tell you why I'm nervous as shit. I am 50-50 on the night's game, but I do think we somehow pull out the win. And I think Curry's gonna go for 40 tonight. I think Curry's gonna have a vintage Game 7. Yeah. And I'm gonna bet that too because 40 plus points right now is at plus 2,500 for him. So I'm gonna throw $10 on it and call it a day. Yeah. But again, I saw like after the game, Curry's like, I don't know if you guys saw that viral video of him walking to the side with like Aisha and his son. His son's bawling out crying, and Curry's like, "Why are you crying? We got one more game left." Yeah. There's nothing about dad mode more than anything. When you come in, remind these motherfuckers like who I am. But again, Warriors, they're winning tonight. I think I'm not happy it took this long. This does not make me feel confident whatsoever going forward. Even if it's the Timberwolves, and I think the Timberwolves are the best team for us to match up out of the other 3. I'd rather play the Timberwolves out of them 3 over Nuggets and OKC.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But again, I don't feel super confident, and that really sucks because I feel like we're wasting the last I think Curry has one more really good year left in him, and this is one of the last 2 good years, and I think we're wasting it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I don't know what we have next after this point. Once Curry's gone, I think we're in poverty at that point.
I agree.
Because we have no young up and coming talent.
See,
real quick, we got one more comment.
Curry's
he was like, "I'm tailing
Wizards like that."
I'm not saying I'm tailing that. Great stream, fellas. Love as always. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate
you tailing the 40 plus. I like that. It was a plus 2,500 when I looked the other day. It probably went down now it's on game day, but I'm definitely picking Curry for 40 because I think he's going to remind these dudes that hey, who the fuck? Like, y'all forgot who the fuck I am.
What Curry was up to? I was like 9 points.
He probably could. Let's go to the other conference now.
Hold on, we'll quickly run over.
We're still trying to run
Lakers Timberwolves.
Oh, Lakers Timberwolves.
We skipped that. Honestly, I want to see Lakers win because I wanted that Lakers Warriors matchup.
That would have been cool,
but we didn't get it. Lakers just shit the bed.
Not only the Lakers Warriors matchup, I wanted a Lakers Celtics matchup in the finals.
I thought that would have been incredible.
I think it would have been cool to see the Lakers Warriors because that would have been probably arguably maybe the last time you would have seen arguably the 2 best players of that generation face each other in the most important part of the year, which is the playoffs. Yeah. Like, I don't know what LeBron's future is. I know he's opting out and planning on signing again, maybe. But again, you never know.
He said he didn't know.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen next year. I do think Curry plays another 2 more years. I think he does. I think he wants to try to get to 40. He's at 37 now. I think he makes it to 39 with that play style. But you won't probably ever have a chance of seeing this again. That was your best chance of seeing
Bro,
this.
this is the end of an era.
Yeah.
I mean, like, a new one is starting. It's cool to see. Like, damn.
Yeah, so you got what now? You got Luka, Shy.
You got
AD.
JT, all them running.
Yeah.
But it's like coming off the heels where like LeBron and Steph are the last of like that generation.
Yeah.
And granted, they were the greatest of that generation, but it's like now they're like the last two, and it's just like it's sad to see them go out like this. Hopefully the Warriors can win, but I don't think they beat the Timberwolves.
I don't think they beat the Timberwolves.
So
But back to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Timberwolves. Before we move on to the conference, I think JJ Redick showed that he was a rookie head coach this year.
Yes.
I do not like this.
How do you not?
of
You
not
keep your starters in for a whole half?
I get it to an extent.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You're gas.
I get that, and I hear you. I give him a 5% get at that point, and the reason why is you're not getting anything else from anyone else. And this is it.
Their bench is dog shit.
And then this
They
is
are
a must-win
bullshit,
situation.
bro.
So you got to keep your starters.
You
in.
got to
I'm
give
sorry.
your starters a break.
I hear
dude.
you, but again, it's a must-win situation. You're not getting shit from your bench. You made a desperate decision and hoped that it worked. It did not work out.
Yeah,
And
obviously.
I'm gonna tell you right now that if they would have won that game doing that, anybody would call fucking JJ Redick a genius.
But we're not.
But what I'm saying is that's what you take that coin flip. Again, if they would have been successful one, everybody said JJ Redick was a fucking genius head coach. He knew that his
Don't get me
bench wasn't
wrong.
doing anything.
Him
He
doing
kept his
that
starters.
didn't hurt his job at all.
No.
But it showed that he's a
Rookie head coach, yeah. And also too, once we moved on from AD, you honestly gave JJ Redick. Let's be honest. The trade was great.
Benching their center
But no,
all
But-
series. They benched him.
he's not good.
It doesn't matter. He's the biggest dude on the
I
fucking
get
court.
it, but he's same thing with Kevon Looney with us. He's our center. He barely plays. Why? He's too fucking slow to keep up with the bigs in the league.
All right.
Have a better chance with a
That's why
larger
you're in
guard.
Game 7 now.
All right, I get it, but we don't have a good enough big. What do you want him to
The
do?
Warriors play the best small ball in league history.
I hear you, but again, when fucking
They don't
what's
need
his
a
name?
big guy.
When Adams is fucking rebounding 20 times every fucking shot, there's nothing we can do.
Just
Let's get off the words. Let's get off the words. Let's go back. I use it as an example. I use it as an example as a big because you can't if he's not playing well.
Let's get
you
off
gotta
the
put a big
words.
guard. You gotta put a big- But same thing. Jackson Hayes was not playing well. You had to bench him. I'm gonna be completely honest. The Luka trade made sense for the future. The Luka trade made zero sense for a championship this year. You losing AD. If you had AD in that series, you win that series, or at least it goes to 7.
Healthy, dude. He got hurt the first game.
But wait a minute.
AD was healthy at the playoffs.
This playoff.
Yes, he played in the play-in. He dropped 40.
Oh, the play-in.
Yeah.
Oh,
So playoffs,
even know
play-in,
we're in the
same thing. He would have been. They wouldn't have not fallen out of the playoffs if they had AD. They would have been arguably almost in the
Yeah,
same
but they
position.
wouldn't have Luka, so they probably still lose.
No, if you have LeBron and AD, that's a better matchup than Luka and LeBron against the Timberwolves right now. 110%. You have zero defensive presence. You had no presence under the rim.
Yeah.
It's a true.
I don't know.
AD was more win now. Luka's more for future. That's exactly what it was.
100%.
Here's-
Because I mean,
I
if the
don't
Lakers,
see an AD LeBron team going to the finals.
I'm not saying go to the finals, but get out of this series. Yes, make this series competitive. Yes, you're not getting gentleman's sweep with AD. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to admit it. I know you don't like AD. I know the Lakers and AD are one of the 3 teams you don't like out of the 45 teams in the NBA. But again,
he wanted the
you
Lakers
like the
to make
Lakers.
the
All
finals.
right, so there you go. You got 2. All right, so now you
I'm
want
a
to like.
fan of every team besides the Wizards
There you go.
and the Pistons.
But again,
Oh,
you can't
Why don't Wizards hate?
you can't argue that.
We suck.
You can't argue that
Wizards
with
to hate us. Y'all should be rooting like. I hope the Wizards do
So
well.
my Wolves won. They beat my Lakers.
Here,
Did we
Nuggets
talk
won,
about
won.
Thunder and Nuggets matchup? Like one of the
No, we
another
jumped-
matchup of
We
the year.
jumped straight to the Warriors.
Yeah.
Thunder Nuggets.
That's gonna probably
Great
go to 7.
matchup. I hope it goes to 7. I think it's a good matchup because the Thunder
MVP versus
have
MVP.
good bigs,
Mhm.
but they're not.
They can score
They're-
them. They can
they
drop
can score.
140.
But
Any
they're
night.
not like
Nuggets.
bigs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's the good the matchup of you got the young, speedy, athletic bigs versus your brute.
Someone's
bigs.
getting humbled this series. It's
Yeah.
either going to be the OKC offense or the Nuggets defense.
Yeah.
One of them's getting humbled.
I'm excited for it. We'll jump over. Cavs swept the Heat. We talked about that before. Pacers, Bucks.
I'm sorry, brother.
We talked about that. Yeah. Knicks beat the Pistons 4-2.
I'm-
Celtics beat the Magic.
Let's talk about Knicks and Pistons real quick.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a series.
Well, why did that series go to 6?
Why?
It shouldn't have.
It,
It should not have gone to 6.
I mean,
it should have been
Cade-
a sweep.
well, I'm going to tell you why. Cade is what you thought Jalen Green was going to be.
No, Cade Cunningham's a dog.
Cade Cunningham.
He's a dog.
No, but I'm saying Cade is what you guys thought Jalen Green was going to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jalen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got drafted the same year. Jalen Green can't hold Cade's jock strap at all. There's levels to this. No, because I hate the whole fact that like he's an all-star, superstar, up and coming. But again, you watch the whole entire Warriors series.
No,
They've taken him out of the
successful.
game, and they're most successful when he's out of the game than when he's in the game. 110%. I've watched 5-minute stretches at close games where Jalen Green's completely taken out.
Mhm.
Jalen Green has averaged more points in that game 3 than he's had the whole entire series combined.
I was about to say, yeah, this playoff high in that game.
You know what I'm saying? But Cade Cunningham's a dog. Tobias Harris looks so much better with the Pistons than he does
That hurt you.
with the Sixers.
No, he doesn't look.
He does look better with the
Yeah, he
Pistons.
does.
Yes, he does.
Tripping.
You're smoking.
You're tripping, Jake.
You are an idiot if you really don't think. No, but they have a lot of young talent. I think they just need to add some more pieces. I think this was great for them because this is a growth for the Pistons.
Okay. So what about the Knicks? I think this is proving that the Knicks are on a slump.
Yeah, they're on a
They
slump.
should not have gone. It should have been a sweep.
Yeah, they're on a slump. It
Jalen
should've
Brunson
been- it
is
should've
supposed to
been
be
a
one of
sweep.
the best clutch players in the league.
Jalen Brunson played great this
He
series.
clutched, but I just don't like the guy. I don't know.
Jalen Brunson played great. First off, and it should have been a sweep.
It should have been a sweep.
No, they're not.
They
They
got Cat. And
I'm
Brunson.
sorry.
It should have been a sweep.
And Julius Randle.
And Julius Randle.
Randall's not on the team no more.
No,
He got traded for Cat.
He got traded.
Yeah, no, you getting rid of DiVincenzo was a hit because that's your second unit point guard that ran the point,
Mhm.
who carried really well. I like the Knicks. I like the players on the Knicks. I like Jalen Brunson. I like OG Anunoby. I'm a big OG guy. I like OG a lot. I think Cat. I think Cat fits better than Randall.
He does
100%.
He does fit better.
Josh Hart shows a lot of heart. He's a very good hustle player.
They
They got a lot of talent. I think
should
part
have
of
been
it
a sweep.
it should have been a sweep because
The Pistons only have one player.
the Pistons played really good basketball all year. What are you talking?
They have one good player.
They played okay. So does the Houston Rockets, and look what they're doing again.
Multiple good players.
Who?
They're all young.
They got Thompson on the Pistons too,
They
don't
got-
they? Don't they have the other
Fred
Thompson
VanVleet.
brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They got Fred VanVleet.
he's okay.
April Sengun.
He's been really good on the end. Sengun, yeah.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari, don't put Jabari Smith up there.
Amen Thompson.
Amon Thompson's okay. I like him.
And as inconsistent as Jalen Green's been, he's still a name.
He's a name.
I got 5 guys. He's a name.
He's a name.
But
But
it should have been a sweep.
it shouldn't.
I'm not.
There's no way it should.
I am surprised that the Knicks did not sweep them. That
I
means the Knicks, they are not going to the finals.
they weren't going to the finals to begin with. First of all, because
Okay.
they were arguably maybe the third best team in the conference.
Bullshit.
What?
Third best team.
Who are they?
They're dog shit.
I say arguably they were the third best coming into the conference. Yes, they were. They were arguably coming in this playoffs. They were the third best team coming in the playoffs.
Cavs. Pacers are better than them.
Coming in the playoffs, I did not think the Pacers were better.
The
than
Pacers had the best run in the last 30 games.
the
of
Pacers
season.
don't got a number one.
Tripping on dick.
Pacers don't got a number one.
I guess they don't need number one because they beat the fucking Bucks.
Yeah, because the Bucks are in poverty. They got a terrible head coach.
Where does Giannis go?
Giannis
He
going to the
stays.
Spurs.
He stays.
Giannis stays.
He goes to the Spurs.
I don't think so.
Spurs.
He got the space, and that's been a
They
rumor.
got
I think
Fox.
he fits.
And who else did they
and
have?
Wemby.
They got Wemby.
So
And they got somebody else that.
Giannis.
And,
They
and,
got
and they got Castle. That dude Castle
They got
as well,
Castle.
who won Rookie of the Year. They could be. They could
If
be.
Giannis went to the Spurs, they're a
They're
finals
dynasty.
team.
They're a dynasty at that point. Because Giannis is still young enough to play another 4 to 5 more years at a high level. I feel like. Wemby's up and coming. Wemby's on.
Doesn't like Giannis had an MVP year too.
That's
That's
what I'm
just
saying.
not as good as Shai and Jokic.
So you got Wemby, Fox,
Castle.
Vassell,
Yeah,
Johnson,
Castle's really fucking
Barnes,
good.
that Champagne, Chris Paul.
He's
fine.
gonna be there. though.
Yeah.
I think he would fit so well with De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, and Cap. Dude, that started just
that
that 4 in
team was
general.
nuts.
I don't know.
But no,
I think no matter what, it's just hard for Giannis to go somewhere. I feel like he stays a Buck.
Didn't he
And
sign
they're
a
just gonna
10-year
have
contract?
Yeah, like they're just gonna have to bring people to him.
yeah,
Now, I don't think Giannis can go to a team that's already established.
I
It's
think-
gonna have to be like you just have to build around
I
Giannis.
don't think so, dude. I think Giannis is gonna force his way out. I really think
I
he's
mean,
on his way out. I think he's tired.
I don't want to say he should. Like,
This is
he won a
the thing.
final.
We're talking about the same Giannis who got his brother on the team, and the
Yeah.
team pretty much played his brother in the final, so that he would feel like he got a ring.
Yeah.
You think Giannis is just going to up and leave?
Fuck yeah. You know
I don't
why?
think so.
I have no. What teams have loyalty to players in any sports usually? None. They usually have no loyalty whatsoever. So why does a player have to have loyalty to a team?
I don't know. I feel like this is like Giannis has been there forever and went and won them. Giannis has been there forever and went and won them a
He won them their first championship.
like on his back.
Yeah.
And how many times is Giannis in press conferences?
And they do have-
super unhappy.
The team has loyalty to him for that exact reason. They put his fucking brothers
I
on
hear
when they
it.
didn't need to.
I hear it. I don't care.
Like that boy sucked, and they
And-
still were like, you know what? Give him some.
And Kenny Powers' name. You know, I played on 10 different teams. Why? Because they all paid me the most. I don't give a shit. This is a business.
Kenny Powers is also a fictional character.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're
Kenny
talking about
Powers.
Giannis Antetokounmpo here. We're talking about the Greek freak, somebody who is
Yeah.
real.
But I can see him bounce. I can see him go.
I
All right.
There's nothing. There's no future in the Bucks.
Pacers,
You're
Pacers
rebuilding.
beat the Bucks.
yeah, let's move on.
You owe respect the Giannis too because you're in a rebuild for the Bucks.
They've been in a real rebuild for 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let him go somewhere else and be successful with his career. Don't waste his career.
Yeah, but does Giannis want to go somewhere else? That's like the whole thing.
That's
Who
what
doesn't
I'm
want to
saying.
win a championship?
I don't think Giannis wants to.
He wants to win that championship. He wants to go somewhere.
Obviously, he wants to win a championship.
Yeah, and you're not
Everybody
winning.
wants to win a fucking championship.
You're not winning one in Milwaukee anytime soon whatsoever. You're gonna be a blockbuster trade somewhere
Hopefully.
and a hell of an offseason, a hell of a draft.
We'll move on.
Head coach.
Cavs, Pacers. Cavs
are
I bunch of
belts
fucking
and
sweet.
ass.
I don't think it's going to be as a.
It's gonna be a
I don't
4-2.
think it's- I don't- Yeah, I don't think it's going to be.
It's gonna be 4-2. It should be.
Pacers have good defense. It's going to be a good defensive game. This game, I don't see any game go over 120 points.
So
For a single team.
No, I agree.
For a single
Both
team.
aren't high-scoring teams.
So you think the Knicks should sweep the Pistons, but then the Cavs are going to go 6
Yeah.
against the Pacers?
Mm-hmm. Quote me.
They're both they're
Now,
both
where
not
are the
high-scoring
Knicks going?
teams.
Knicks are going to Celtics?
They're
It's
getting-
going to be a 6-game series.
I-
Celtics
Yeah,
will win.
there's gonna be a 6-game series because I'm gonna be honest, it's the Cavs year to come out of conference because they're the most healthy and they're the most talented. As healthy, I mean they're the most healthy and they got the second most talent. I think Boston has the most talent. I think Boston's been so up and down with injuries. They've been hurt a lot.
They have been hurt.
Um,
I still think they can do it. They're healthy.
They could
right
do
now.
it
They're
still.
healthy right now.
they could still do it, but no, JB's not 100.
He's playing.
He's playing, but I
like
get
you
it.
said, he's playing.
Yeah, you're healthy.
He's healthy.
but
He's playing.
I come on. He's not hurt, but again, he's not 100%. That's what I'm saying. The Cavs are legitimately 100%. Every player.
All right, so 2 out of 3 of us have Cavs winning, right?
Who do you got, Boston?
I got Boston winning. They're
Wait,
just, they've
wait,
done-
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Me
Who
too.
are 3?
Oh,
I
thought
never
you
even
you
said
had
Cavs.
I thought
No,
you
I've
said
said Boston.
I
He
said I
said
thought the Cavs were.
I like
This is the
Boston.
Cavs year.
I like Boston.
Now, if the Boston are 100% healthy and they can show they're 100% healthy, that's going to be a 7-game series, I think. And I do think Boston could pull it out because I do think their roster is so top heavy loaded too, and they got a really good bench. Like I don't think Porzingis gets enough credit for the player he is. I
Or
think
Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard.
He comes off the
Pritchard's
bench
man of
and
the
puts
year.
up, comes off the bench.
You got Derek White who could be a starter on
Derek
another
White.
team. You got Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
But he could be like the main
yeah,
focal.
yeah.
He could be like a third option. Like he could be your third in a big 3 for a playoff run at least. I feel like. You got Drew Holiday, defensive presence, can shoot the hell out of the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got JT top 5 in my mind in the league. JB top back end maybe 10, maybe between between
Celtics
like
have
8 to
top
12.
10 players.
Maybe between 8 to 12 if you really break it down. I just don't know. I have to sit there and really think about it.
Because when
Yeah.
Tatum's not playing well, Brown's playing well. When Brown's not playing well, Tatum's
Yeah.
playing well.
Like I said, JB does not come out of the top 15 at a minimum. That's his floor. Is top 15.
I mean, you have to
Okay.
the last finals or the last championship they won. JB
Bald.
picked up the load.
Yeah.
Because JT fell.
Because
He
he
just
just won Finals MVP that year, last year.
I think JT still won it, right? Or was it
Did he?
JB?
I thought it was.
It was Jalen Brown.
It was
Yeah, I
Jalen
thought it
Brown.
was
Jalen Brown won it.
I wanted it to be JT, but
No, I think
outperformed
Jalen
him.
Brown deserved
Yeah,
it.
he deserved it.
But again, Boston's so loaded, and they somehow made the money.
But I
work.
like Boston
don't
for
know
the
how
most
they
part
made
as
the
like a
money work.
homegrown team.
It is.
Like most of them are drafted, built up. Porzingis the only one who's like,
Yeah,
He
Brian
came
and
from
Drew
Boston.
Holiday too.
Or no, he came from
Yeah.
the Knicks.
yeah, came from the Knicks.
Who? Porzingis?
Yeah.
No, he came
They're
from Washington.
Wizards, yeah. Knicks to the Wizards to us.
No,
No, I'm
Dallas
saying
to Washington.
you were talking about drafted.
Yeah, he was
He's not
Dallas.
Knicks and all around the world.
Yeah, Dallas. He went from Dallas to Washington to the Boston Celtics.
No, I was saying he was saying homegrown, and I said Porzingis. He was a Knick when he was drafted.
No, he got drafted to Dallas.
No, he
No,
didn't.
he didn't. No, he was.
He did start in
Yeah,
Knicks.
he was
Yeah.
in Knicks.
Yeah, he did start.
I forgot
He was 2 years in Knicks, I think, and then he moved to Dallas. Then he moved to Washington. Then he moved to Boston.
Yep.
But so, other than like those two, maybe like some other bench players.
Everything else is homegrown.
And I feel like almost the same with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Besides Donovan Mitchell, everything else is homegrown.
But everybody else, like they've been like
Claxton's homegrown. Who's the
Garland's homegrown. Mobley's
Garland's-
homegrown. Jared
Yeah.
Allen's homegrown. Right?
Jared Allen's not homegrown.
Is he not?
I don't believe so.
I don't know. At least
They're all majority of their
most their
majority
career
of it.
has been played.
Is Garland healthy again?
Yeah, I think he is.
So bad at keeping up.
I know
No, you're right. No, Jared Allen. Yeah. Brooklyn.
somewhere
My
else.
bad, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Jared Allen's been in the league now for
A while.
9 years.
Yeah, he's one of the best defensive players in the league
Yeah.
too.
I like Jalen Allen. Jalen Allen.
The Cavs last year were like, we knew they were going
No.
far, but we also saw them put like 145 something points up because once they got Donovan Mitchell, that was the final piece.
Yeah.
And then they just needed to build that
I
chemistry.
would
They
like to
did
see
that.
them
Now they're
winning
finals
finals.
bound.
I wouldn't be mad if they won. It
Yeah.
would be cool to see like
I wouldn't be mad to see
with
something
Cleveland struggles after like the whole like LeBron come there, leave, come back, win, leave. Then they struggled for a while. They had like just Kyrie by himself. Then he left.
Yeah.
And it's like Cleveland was like barren.
Yeah.
Nobody. For them to be able to build like a full roster on their own,
Yeah, they
it'd
did.
be cool to see like a new era of like Cleveland.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
I like to see obviously my team go, but I'd like to see new teams go too. I'm tired of the same kind of.
I mean, Celtics really weren't like.
They've been consistently been towards the conference and the finals.
Yeah, but
every year,
they've
though.
been to the finals twice in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And they won once.
Yeah, and they've been and how many times they've been to conference finals in the last like
I would
year,
still like to see the
seven,
Celtics.
every
That's who
year
I want to win
arguably.
this year. I would like to see the Celtics.
You know. Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad for Nuggets either. Or honestly, I don't care who wins this.
I just don't
I would
want
like to see any of these teams.
I don't honestly want to see, and it might be hating a little bit, but I don't want to see Celtics win because I hate Celtics fans to an extent. They get on my nerves.
That's how I
They
feel
talk about how
Knicks
many
fans.
they talk about how many championships they have. Let's be honest. They have like 25,000 championships. They're just like the Dallas Cowboys, just with 2 more relevant championships.
I mean, yeah.
That's exactly what they are.
Championships and the relevant championship is the past championship. Like,
No, but I mean,
they have the right to talk their shit.
no, because like you won that last one, right?
Uh-huh.
Then your last one was what, in
Championships in the
2010,
league.
and then 2010 was the last one. And then besides that, you didn't win shit since the 80s and the 70s. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's just like I said, the way they. Most of these Celtics fans weren't even alive to see the Celtics dynasty.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's my little quick rant.
You've had a lot of quick rants.
I hate the Celtics fans. Only because there's a Celtics fan.
I don't
really
like Knicks fans.
I don't
They
really
got
like
nothing
the
to show.
I don't
They
like.
just talk
I'm not a big fan of
shit.
New York fans.
There's just one person I know that's a Celtics fan I really don't like. That's why I kind of hate the Celtics too.
Who's
It
that?
gets my nerves.
Yeah.
What's that?
Say his
Who's
name.
that?
Pull
Say
the
his
mic
name.
closer. Say his name.
Yeah, he knows who he is too. He knew. He would. His name's Brandon. Repost the stream. He knows it. Hope he sees it. He won. I won money against him that year that we played him though. At least. Well, I won some money so. His Warriors put off the
This
ass.
is what 4-1, right? 4-1 series. Or
4-2.
4-2 series.
He won it in Boston. But yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk NBA before we hop off, or?
I think that's.
No, that's
I
pretty
think
much
we're
covered
good,
the
yeah.
playoffs.
I think this is a hell of a stream today.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I would love for you guys to start hitting more comments, but hey, we hit 85 at one point.
Yeah.
I
For
think that's,
a 9:30 stream.
yeah, I think that's arguably one of the highest head counts we've had in a while too, which is
Yeah.
really great. I'm gonna let David close this out.
No, let me close it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't been here in a minute.
All right.
Gotta make sure you still got it.
Well, I'm Dave. This is Matt. This is Brian. We're Brews and Ball podcast, and we love that you guys listen to us every weekend, even though I haven't been on. I know people are sad about it, but
I wouldn't say that.
No, we missed Dave.
but
We need a punching bag.
yeah. But I'm gonna try and be on more new career wise. Once I'm done my intro, I will be on more. But I think that's it.
No, I thought today was a hell of a stream.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Really excited about how many people we had in. I thought we had some really good topics today too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. Shout out to Sports Testimony
Yeah.
throwing in some good ones for us to talk about.
Yeah. No, and then shout out to everybody. I And just do a little quick shout out to everybody that commented real quick. Shout out to Sports Testimony, OTL, and Hate Sports. Again, thank you guys for your comments as well too. We really appreciate interactions.
100%. We need more.
Yeah, we need more. Like I said, definitely
85
comment.
people in here. Hey, all it takes is a few seconds to type real
Yeah,
quick.
just tell us what you're thinking. Tell us that David has
Just drop your team name.
David has a terrible take. Put David in the chat. Whatever you want to do.
Now, you know who gets an L today? Timmy gets an L today.
Timmy's
I
got
don't
military.
care.
Timmy's got
don't care.
military.
I have work almost every weekend.
Timmy can't miss military.
Oh my God. Here
He's
we
on
go.
base.
All right, so real quick. So again, we're heading out now. Again, this is Dave. I'm Matt. That's Guido. That's David. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys on the next one.